from 1932.
Oh,
like,
wow.
I know. We
Yeah.
live, yeah, but no, a lot of 1930s movies are actually surprisingly good.
This might be the first one I've ever watched. I think
That's the first line.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever.
No,
Hello, Internet.
I
We're
think like
rambling
the
about
original
horror
like Scarface
movies.
was based upon an original Scarface that was like super
okay.
good too.
Never
Yeah.
seen Scarface, yeah.
No, you know what, Kung Fu Fenris? If you look at the scales, they start to move, which is amazing.
But also, thank you for a
Yeah.
6-month subscription.
Yeah.
Half fucking year. That is amazing. Thank you very much. It's super appreciated. Enjoy your emotes, especially the Burger and Winnie. They are objectively the best ones because they're our cats.
All right. Yeah.
Even
hello.
though I think Descara Thanks was my favorite to make. Just the
Classic.
uses of that one. It's so good.
That will probably be getting some use tonight.
Raise your
Oh,
girlfriend.
is girlfriend showing up?
No spoilers, but that'll probably be getting some use tonight.
Girlfriend showing up.
So yeah.
Dust off your most romantic thanks, bud.
How are you at the end? Thank you. We'll get more formal.
Like, no, you hold your hand, like, look into her eyes deeply.
Thank you. Thanks.
Really
nice.
just from the shadows trying to coach him.
No.
I don't think we
It's
have any anything to say. If anybody who's listened to this probably already knows this, but Chaos Team's been running some really awesome sales recently. They're clearing out their warehouse, so they got a lot of really good discounts on Call of Cthulhu stuff and RuneQuest stuff. And then also this morning they tempted me very, very severely because they have the leatherettes at 50% off, but I didn't buy any because I don't need doubles. But you might out there in listening land, so you should probably buy those because I didn't.
Should we talk about, I don't know if we should do this offline, but should we talk about our plans for the next month?
So, Ken, my thought is this, because this will be the last stream of September, and then we'll be moving into October, obviously, spooky month. Our tradition has been to do spooky month one-shots, which I think I want to do again, we should do again. And I think that tonight we'll probably get to a suitable stopping point where we will kind of pop off a RuneQuest for October, do 2 spooky one-shots.
And also people being traveling.
Right. And the fact that people will be traveling and things like that too. So we'll have people here and people not here and stuff like that. So that'll be a good thing.
Speaking of traveling, Sunday Mead, thank you for 15 months and hello from Vietnam.
Yeah, wow.
Whoa, that's
You
so
may be the first person to watch
That's
us
awesome.
in Vietnam.
Well,
Not the
Ashborn
first
knew
person,
about that.
because we had Jess streamed from Japan once.
Oh,
so
that's true.
so technically,
But
she
I
didn't
wasn't
watch
even
us.
the first because
Oh yeah, Andrew.
Andrew, yeah, thank you.
Drew. Yeah.
Drew was from Japan. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh snap. Vietnam, that's so cool. I heard Vietnam's really cool. I don't know if you're there visiting or for other things, but I hear to visit Vietnam is really awesome.
I don't know what the chances are that any of our viewers are going to World Fantasy Con, but if you are, Jess and I will be there.
Was that in Canada?
Niagara Falls this year.
Niagara Falls.
The America side.
If
Almost.
any of our
Go
viewers
to the Canada side and just cross over. It's better than Buffalo.
If any of our viewers are going to be at Rhode Island
Money.
Comic Con in the first weekend of November, I will be there, and I'm going to try and chill out business cards. So.
Yes.
And I will be in full cosplay. So if you see a little pink Lalafell wandering around,
I'm trying to think. I think Sarah's might be the hardest to get, like the business card wise, right? It's like Sarah or Rainey.
Because I don't go anywhere.
No, probably not Rainey. No, Troy's not the hardest actually.
He
Troy's
goes
is, like, the
places.
easiest.
He does. He goes places.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
And
I'm
he like
the
hands them out.
I'm the least social and the most socially awkward. So
It's the rarest, most special edition DMs After Dark business card.
It's like we should make him into foil.
Yeah,
foil.
Cyrus or foils.
The foil.
That'd be so
no,
good.
I literally still have 2 full boxes of the ones you guys gave me. Like
I do too. I
think
have
I've
most of
given out
mine.
2.
I've
So
only
I
given
read
out a
out and then I
couple.
started giving out Ken's cards at Gen Con. I was
Really?
like,
You
I
did?
And then I
Do you
ran out.
need more? Do you need more? Do we need to print more?
No, I have a ton. I just
No, we have
Uh-huh.
plenty.
We didn't
yeah.
bring
We
enough.
have plenty.
Yeah.
The best thing about Kent's cards is they just say,
a bunch of us PAX Unplugged.
Kent.
In December.
Yeah, I think his just says on Cat. It's the best quote.
All right.
I'm Kent. Thanks. His next one
Thanks.
is
Oh my god,
Thanks.
yes. Next
For like
round.
second generation cards.
Yes.
Thanks. Kent's always gonna have the shortest quotes.
What else do we have? I don't think we have anything else.
I think that was it. I don't think I have anything.
I'll also shill for Rainy. He is
Uncle
gonna
Fennis, Happy
be
Autumn Equinox.
he is gonna be doing some spooky one shots and miniseries over on his podcast, Rainy.
Rainy runs.
Brittany plays games.
Rainy
Yes,
Plays Games.
because it's
Good job, Amber.
RPG. I
You're
always
the
screw it
win.
up.
And multiple of us are going to be on different episodes of that, so keep an ear out. We will be on multiple of your feeds this spooky season.
Yeah.
As we are pretty majority spooky bitches. So I would say most of us enjoy spooky.
No,
What the
no,
fuck's
that's
face?
correct. Most
No,
of
not
us do.
Just watch every horror film club film. Every single one.
No, I was
most of
she
us
made
is
a
correct.
face.
That is an accurate.
Jess just
Accurate
gets bullied
description.
into watching the horror club film.
Correct.
So.
Jess does like horror. She likes horror, but she is also conflicted about it. She doesn't just straight up not like it though. She does appreciate it. She has a good appreciation of horror.
I
No,
like
I'm there. I get
very
it.
specific some horror.
Yes. No,
The
I'm
best
I'm
one
with you,
ever,
Jess.
which was The Wicker Man. So that's
I
all that
do
matters.
love The Wicker Man. I wouldn't consider it horror though,
I
but I
don't
do
consider it
love.
horror at all. It's such a
I
great
love
movie.
Wicker Man. Yeah, but
I would
yeah,
move to that island in a
was.
Freaks
heartbeat.
also, like, I would not consider Freaks horror today. I can see why it was categorized as horror when it was shot, but today I would consider it a drama. But it was good.
Cool.
Speaking
It
of
was
horror,
pretty scary.
my Halloween costume this year is Amanda Young from Saw.
Nice.
Wow,
But
that's a good one.
Nice. All right. Who wants to recap?
Last session. Oh, fuck. Names. Hang on. I've got names written in the margins of my character.
What name do you need? I
Ordrin.
can give you...
His name is Ordrin.
Yes.
Which-
yes.
Last
Aldrin.
session.
That's a slave. Yeah,
I know, and it's amazing. I know because like I literally just have like lots of names. They're like this way and this way and this way.
Right
Wow.
back.
There is a doc up in the Google Docs that you guys could use of like it still has the Ashborn ones, but you guys could just update that as you go.
That requires me to navigate
Yeah.
folders, whereas the margin of my character sheet is always underhand.
Fair. Fair.
But last session, the Company of the Dragon was holed up in a abandoned, possibly haunted tower for a bit, and we left in a small tactical unit with our friend Ardrin, the Sembari, who we rescued from the Lunars back in season one,
Valid.
Caesar one.
season one, to go help him free his family who were captives, for this lunar noble guy who had like a
Dickhead.
estate. We snuck in, and first we were trying to be stealthy, and then Bryn ruined all of that by smoking some dudes, partially.
Yes, I ran up to fight
And then
them,
completely.
I missed.
So quickly, the stealth mission of trying to find out where the captives were being held and like sneak them out just turned into straight up violence. Violence is a choice, and then we made that. There was a small battle. Although overall we made very short work of the few guards that were remaining in the manor. Most of the staff and important people were in Clearwine celebrating an important lunar holiday.
The important lunar holiday. It was
Oh,
Lunar
They
Christmas.
were having lunar Christmas.
Yep.
Oh.
And we killed the shit out of the dudes that remained, broke into the house, freed the slaves and captives, took the little lick spit guy, the little lick spit guy who was like simping for the lunar masters and stuff, and was very mean to the captives and slaves and kind of like a class traitor. And had a difficult ethical dilemma about what to do with him for a little bit, but eventually turned him over to mob justice, and he was fed to dogs. He was fed to a bunch of dogs that they kept under their temple. And then we killed the dogs too. Not all of what we did felt great, but seeing Origin reunited with his wife and his new infant child was one of the things that did feel great. And there was like some elderly captives and stuff too, and it was really nice to free these people. And we got them moving away from the estate back toward our encampment. But the master of the estate had a secret lover who was a manticore. That
has
headcanon
not been
now.
confirmed.
It is an alleged secret lover that was a manticore.
That manticore all but said friends with benefits.
Who followed us. We caught him following us and split off from the group to go confront him. And we managed to talk away a very difficult fight by being cool and also giving him a lot of rings that we took off of this.
Ashigara.
Yes,
Ashigara?
Ashigara. Ashigara's severed arm. He thought the rings were cool, and also the fact they came off of Ashigara's severed arm was pretty cool. And he was like, "All right, for this, I'll fuck off." And he left to the Beastlands to go say hi to Prince Ironhoof for us.
We gave him 3 rings, and he pieced the fuck out.
Yep. And then we finally got back to the camp, reunited with some old friends and families, and helped settle and integrate the Sambari for the time being. Get them fed and clothed and whatnot. And then we had a little chat about what to do next. There are some intrigues and things happening in the countryside. For a little while, we were between either raiding some lunar caravans for supplies, because we are undersupplied right now. Our company is a little too large for what we have. And the chat is going. And also helping one of the neighboring tribes with a raider problem. They've been getting hit pretty hard by some local raiders. And I think we have decided to go deal with the raiders in the hope that we can get some supplies from them, and also win over some hearts and minds of one of fellow tribes of Sartar, possibly for the coming fight. Our rainbow worm, Shavashak, made a speech.
Told us a story.
Told us a story about hope. The giant rainbow pock block told us a story about hope that seemed to be swaying Bryn in particular, who is in a precarious place in her identity and personal journey here toward rejecting the people who love her.
It was directed towards Orissa, okay?
It was, and yet.
It did speak to me too, but it was a story for Orissa.
That is neither here nor there, though. And that is sort of where we wrapped up last session. A speech about hope from a dragon who only somewhat understands people, who even probably less somewhat understand the dragon. And we cobbled meaning out of that together.
It's very apt. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely true. Yeah. So let's start with the dragon scale. Keep that dragon hippie girl is shady as fuck. Yeah, the scales move. Like, I have to say this, if you look at the picture, guys, like, just take some time to sit and look at it. The scales start fucking moving. It's amazing. Yeah.
That giant
picture of what?
Block.
The picture of our Shavashak picture. I'll send it to you. You know the one I'm talking about.
Yes, I do know the one.
If you just sit and watch the scales, they start to like flow as an optical illusion. Or it's,
that's cool.
Shavashak
really cool.
trying to teach us draconic awareness. Who knows?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Nothing can go wrong with that, I'm sure.
Nope.
So the plan was, last time we played, there's two small details that you missed. One is you rescued. You did say you rescued a bunch of people out of there. One of which was
important princess from somewhere.
Tarsh. She's a Tarsh.
Tarsh.
Yes, and then the second part was that you had met at I think it's the Good Rest Inn.
We went to that special inn where they were like, "Fuck no Nazis at the bar."
Yeah.
Like,
you learn that the Geos Inns are very very anti-lunar and basically safe houses for you sorts of people. You sorts. So the plan was hatched to head north of the Star. I'm going to pop the map up here. Hold on a minute. Boop. And I will. You know what? I'm going to put the map in chat for you guys.
I also wrote down our little 13-year-old shepherd boy, Galleon.
Galleon has gone back home now.
Leave it to Jess to remember the name of every shepherd and sheep person that we cross. No matter how
Important to
minor.
Bryn.
All other large and important details, however, they are dust in the wind.
So what you're saying is if I need Jess to remember something important, it just has to be a shepherd.
Give them a sheep. Yes.
Yes.
Or like maybe herding geese or something.
No, it's definitely sheep, thank you, or goats.
I feel like you'd remember somebody herding geese across a road.
That's
Jesus.
true.
A
Really
goose
any
herd.
farm
We've
animal.
got duck people.
A chicken. Yeah.
Yeah, you really want to meet some duck people, Jess, and I have good news for you. All right, so
We already met some. They ferried us.
yeah, but you haven't met some on screen, and I have heard what the people want, and I deliver what the people want.
ducks, guys.
If the people want ducks, the people get
Trolls.
ducks.
I want sheep people.
So
But not actual sheep people.
Ducks
I want
herd sheep too.
people who like sheep.
What about ducks who herd sheep?
You know,
What about
Huh.
sheep that herd people?
Ducks who herd geese.
I think those are brew.
those are brew.
I think those are brew.
They are brew. So the plan
Alright,
was
what
made
about
to head north to the area where, if you look on the map, it's like north of the Collymore Wilds. That's where the Tusked Riders, last time I called them the Tusked Raiders, but they're really the Tusked Riders. Tusked Riders
I
have
just keep
mostly
picturing
been.
the Sand Raiders from like Star Wars.
Yeah, I know. But
is
so
this a
basically,
smaller map than you sent us last time.
this is a cutout of the big map. Yeah.
Gotcha. I have
Yeah.
no idea where we are.
So
the
you
smaller
are
it is, the
in
less
these
area I have to get lost in.
Starfire Ridges. So if you open it up, and if you
No
look
one's gonna
down,
address Hound
Ah.
Knob. We're just gonna see that on the map and not say anything about it.
I don't
oh,
even see it.
Actually, so right to the left of Hound Knob.
yeah, to the left,
is
bottom left. Yeah,
Starfire Ridges.
bottom left is where you
And
all
it's
are.
right next to Pig Hollow. Guys.
No, I was gonna say shout out to what's across the way, the Dog Rat Valley. That's where I'm from, clearly.
Dog rat.
Dog Rat Valley.
So you're in the Starfire Ridges. The plan was to head north
I see that.
to Pig Hollow and Birdie Spire, because that's the area where the Tusk Riders are. Now the and Hound Knob also. The Hound Knob
No.
is there as
Wait.
well.
We went all the way to the Geo Ridge Inn. Wow, that's so far.
No, there's one kind of all the way in the south,
Oh, okay.
south of the Starfires. It's not on this map. Yeah, it's just
Gotcha.
south of here. The Tusk Riders, just to keep you guys updated, I don't think any of you have ever actually seen one, but they're not chaos creatures. You just know that there's something from like magical sorceress experimentation, but they're almost like a cross between a human and a troll. They have these like big tusks. And they ride buffalo size. Yeah, they're RuneQuest orcs. And they ride buffalo size boar.
More tusks. All right.
And
Awesome.
they have
Those are our friends or not friends?
no, they're not your friends.
No.
They're not friendly.
Aw.
But they're pretty cheap mercenaries, and the Lunars have hired them just to do mercenary stuff. And now that they're mostly not Lunars are mostly down dealing with the siege of Whitewall right now.
Yeah.
And so they just don't give a fuck what the Tusk Riders are doing.
How tameable are these
Four.
buffalo-sized boar, Christian?
They're tameable for the Tusk Riders.
She's like, challenge accepted.
I know. I'm like, it's a good question.
Listen,
Sarah,
all I'm
Arissa?
saying is
It's a good question.
you have a character that's very just bad at being a person
Orphello.
with physical functions.
Something to ride. You don't need to like get a boar.
It's
I
better
know.
if it's a boar
It would just
though.
be funny. It's like
You
after
become Freya.
Chubby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aw, Chumby.
Chumby. So the plan was to head north on the Starfire Ridges and then down south. It's taken a couple days. So when we start, it's been 4 days since your raid. If you remember, you took kind of a day to just kind of chill afterwards and rest and get everybody organized. And then it took you 3 days of
Folks don't
traveling in the
like us.
Starfires. Usually it would only take you about a day, but you've had to like kind of like jump off of main trails to avoid villages and stuff like that to avoid being seen. To find out how good you've done, why doesn't someone roll for me?
Cat.
I'll just
Okay, Ranger.
Okay.
Ranger.
Where are we going though?
Woods folk.
You're going north to the area. So you are going to, you see where like Pig Hollow and Apple Lane and Swan and Oakton and the Thunder
Yes,
Hills are and Redbird. That area, the Afritha Vale, that area has where the Tusk Riders have been raiding.
Gotcha. Okay.
Hmm.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
so that's where you're heading for. Yeah.
The Brambleberry Hills.
Yeah, I want to go to Bird Site.
All right. So should I roll a track? No, it wouldn't be track.
No, just roll. Just roll.
Just roll.
You're re-rolling.
Just
Yeah,
roll a
yeah,
dice
roll.
for reasons.
Just roll.
61.
61. Okay.
Almost a critical.
Noted. Thank you. It's cold because it's dark season. The weather has been okay, but today does not look so great. It looks kind of gray and cloudy. It looks like some shitty weather might roll in. But you spent the night in the Three Sisters Hills, which is not too far from the Cinder Pits. The bonus of the Cinder Pits being so close is that it was actually kind of warmer than it had been the other previous 2 days. Because Orlanth killed the Sky God there, and it's still pretty warm. And there's also some like glow that you saw coming out of those pits that kind of lit up the night sky, and some smoke rising from them. Looking down in the hills, because you are kind of on those ridges, you see the Kolyamar Wilds, which is like dense old growth forest. Only the Black Spear clan goes there because they have a deal with the things that live in there. Other things, they're not too happy. The elves in the forest aren't too happy about other people going in there. So you're heading down and you're marching, and you do have a couple horses and donkeys for like people who aren't the greatest walkers to kind of ride. But for the most part,
elderly and Arisa.
the elderly and Arisa, and for the most part, though, most of you are walking. I'm going to say this is the morning after Wednesday, so this would make it a hold on, let me look at my calendar.
Arisa's riding Ort.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying
like
Arisa's usually on Ort with Bryn or
Yeah.
next to Bryn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ort is very used to Arisa at this point.
Yes, yeah.
It's like,
So this is
yes,
a fire day. Yeah, it's a
okay.
fire day. So that gives you 2 days, by the way. Actually, no, it gives you a day. Just FYI.
Fun.
Yeah. But you're walking, and Rue, actually, we'll start with you. You're walking. Where are you walking in the column of people?
In the column of people. I think I'm an archer, so I'm actually going to be toward the front, I think, this time. Less friendlies in front of firing range. Yeah, I'll be up there probably with, like, maybe Navenna, Lonson folks.
Fair. Lilia kind of like sidles up next to you.
Hey.
In the light now, you've seen her in the light now a couple times, but you first met her in the dark. You're again taken aback by how very goth she is. She's like very, very
How
pale.
very goth.
She's very, very pale. Like she's definitely not Sardarite, because Sardarite kind of tend to have like that kind of olive-ish skin.
Arisa's very pale too. Like we've
Yes.
seen pale.
But Arissa's just sick pale. This woman is like
Yeah.
pale, right?
Blue pale.
Like Arisa was supposed to be tan.
Right, but she just
She's
didn't
Gray,
get
she's
there.
She's
grayish.
gray.
She's
Yeah.
grayish. Yeah, and her hair is like it's very, very pin straight and black, and it's so black it almost looks like it has like blue highlights.
I feel like this is indigo. I'm getting indigo vibes from Call of Cthulhu. And I'm like, I
Wow.
won't smoke that joint. I've learned.
That's
No,
not
it's okay.
public yet. Don't.
He said
But
he said
thank
blue
you.
highlights.
Yeah, she's not goth, Doc Void. And she does wear black armor. She has black scale mail on.
My
She's
God.
she's in a lot of black.
That's cool.
And there's no livery whatsoever on her or markings. Come to think of it, you haven't noticed many tattoos either. But she's just like, excuse me, Ruin, which do you prefer?
Rue's fine.
Right, Rue. Right. I just wanted to say thank you.
Don't worry about it.
leaving me there and leaving me. And yeah, thank you.
The Lunars seem to hurt people everywhere they go, so the way I see it, we're on the same side.
Right. Of course. Can I ask a question without
Sure.
being weird?
Oh, he's got the list. He's like, I will give you a biscuit if you ask me when I haven't been asked before. You've got something new.
What's with your big friend who came and talked last night?
Oh, Shavashak.
Yeah, what's
I think you owe her a biscuit.
I
Yeah, I
do
think
owe
you
her a
do.
biscuit, but it's okay because my mom gave me a satchel of them. Yeah. So, he's our clan's whiter. Do your people have whiters?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, we're not that different and harsh.
He's our people's whiter. We had the royal before him, but he had to move on after what happened to our valley. And Shavashak has sort of filled in the role in the meantime. We found him
And it's
in
a
a
dragon
temple.
spirit?
Yeah,
That's pretty amazing.
it's the real deal.
I'll give you that. That's pretty amazing.
It's definitely something.
Well, is it okay if I stick around? I don't exactly have anywhere else to go, and I wouldn't mind being with a bunch of people who move a lot.
All misfits are welcome here.
Misfits. I like that. Good. Thank you.
I will be like, I will take out the satchel and I will offer her a biscuit.
She takes it and kind of like looks at it. What's this made out of?
It's like a shortbread with like butter and honey. It's pretty good.
Oh, honey. I like honey. Thank you.
Biscuit made out of sandwiches.
A sandwich
That would
biscuit.
be if Rue made it. This is Rue's mom.
It's a finger sandwich.
She goes, "Thank you, Rowan."
Welcome. Let me know if you need anything while you're settling in.
Oh, I'm sure I'll be fine. She kind of just drops back. Anything else anyone wants to do?
What about your big friend there? Ah, my nemesis.
Nemesis?
My nemesis.
Nothing else anyone wants to do? Okay.
So
Going once, going twice? Okay.
Not that I can think of. Nope.
You
Walking.
travel and you walk for a little bit. You get past, what's the name of the forest? Hold on a minute. You skirt around Swordvale and you're starting to come down out of the mountains, out of the hills, rather, I should say. I'm sorry. You're avoiding the path that goes from Swordvale to Runegate. To your left, as you walk, which would be to your west, you can see fog in the lowlands, which is the upland marsh, which is where the necromancer Delecti lives with just like hordes of undead. Ducks also live there too.
Ducks and the dead.
Ducks and the dead. For some reason, he doesn't bother the ducks. But you can see it's very foggy kind of down there because it's still early-ish in the day, and it being cold and the swamp being warm, foggy. Hold on, what does this text message say?
Feel like I don't like that.
And in the distance, you can make out the Swan River and the city of Runegate.
Is that a big city? Is that like the biggest
It's
city we've ever seen?
Not a big city. It is probably roughly the size of Clearwine, which I would say you have seen.
Okay.
okay.
And you guys grew up like close enough to Boldholm where you had been to Boldholm.
Yeah.
So it's not
And at the very least, Orissa has been to Johnstown, which I know is pretty
and Johnston,
big.
yeah, Johnston's like a decent size city as well. So yeah. But you can see Runegate in the distance. And you kind of start, it's like mid-morning, you kind of stop to take a little rest, because as you march, you stop to take a little rest. And everybody kind of notices Morganeth kind of just sitting by herself, kind of looking in the direction of Rune Gate.
Is that where she lost her sight with the fight with the bat? Looking in the direction with her blinded eyes.
And
Yeah.
Erenina kind of walks over to her and is kind of like has her arm around her. And if anyone else wants to go see her, that would be cool. But if they don't want to, that's fine.
Arissa will
Awesome
do the
speech
little...
that I wrote from Morganeth will just go to waste
No,
and be
no,
wasted
no.
in the desert air
Arissa will
because
do
you
the little
uncaring
awkward
fucking
Right,
assholes
we'll let her
don't
have
care.
her privacy.
Yeah.
Arissa will do her little the little awkward shuffle over, and
She doesn't turn, but she goes, "Oh, hello, Arissa."
hello. Can I get you anything?
She kind of shifts her head to you and she goes, "Nothing I suppose you could give me, dear. Your company, though, is welcome."
I could do that.
Kind of shifts back to the city and she goes, I can, I'm not really all blind. I can see light and dark, and I can make out. I know you're you, and I know Erenina's Erenina, and things like that, but I can't see anymore.
I know.
Seems so long ago, but it seems just like yesterday, too. It was just me and my husband and I, we'd split, and so my children are grown. My son was living in Rune Gate with his wife, had some grandbabies. So I moved there because he was helping with the family business, his wife's family's business, horses. Rasbox.
I had to minimize Twitch to try to keep my stream big.
That's
I had
fine.
to share it with others.
That's fine. That's fair. It's fair. Listen, if you don't need to see to do that, as long as you can find your way around. Raz. We knew the Lunars were coming long before they ever got there, but my son, just like his husband, my husband, he never thought anything bad would happen. But the army was there with Prince Salinarg, and we figured we'd stop the Lunars right at the river. But the night before Delecte sent his army of the dead out of the swamp, and they attacked the city. And the Lunars sent ghosts and spirits into camp. Wasn't bad. We managed to fight off the dead, but my son, Onstay, he was on the walls, and my daughter-in-law, Ayer, she was helping with the wounded like you. She wasn't a white lady, but she knew herbs and things like that. So I had my grandbabies, Jenna and Hendath. And Hendath was so mad because he wanted to be on the walls. He was almost old enough for his manhood rights. But then the morning came, and you hear it first. And it's just this keening that you hear far, far away on a wind. And it's screaming like the souls of all the things it's ever devoured. And there's a wind. And even though it comes out of the north, it's this hot wind. It doesn't feel right. Nothing feels right about it. And the first time it flew over the city, it spit its acid all over the walls. And it dissolved all the men on the walls. And its eyes, they shed blood. And it shed its eyes blood on the wall, on the town. It blotted out the sun. It's so big. It blotted out the sun. And the only light was the red light it gives off. And everybody was yelling, everybody was running, everybody was screaming, and I lost my grandbaby's hands. But I knew it was circling around, and I knew I had to get somewhere safe. And I was yelling and I was screaming from them, but everybody was screaming and nobody could hear anything. It was just screams and screams. But I ran to the gate, the sacred gate that the High Lorings dragged with them. when they built the city. And I got there just as it landed on the town. And just crushed the whole town. And I looked at it. And I looked it right in the eye. And that was the last thing I ever saw. It's that goddamn thing's eyes. Army broke. Prince Salinog ran. And Runegate. The only people who survived were the ones who got under the luck gate in time. Gordagar found me. I don't even remember anything that happened after that. But Gordagar found me. My son, my daughter-in-law, my grandbabies. Never found.
The basics of what happened, but I'd never realized just how much it took. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, dear. My other son died at Boldholm. I know a lot about loss. I've raised other children. She puts her hand on Erenina's hands. But I never forgot my children and my grandbabies. One day I'll see them again. And I'll apologize for losing their hands.
I don't think they will ask you for an apology. Speaking as one of the many children you essentially helped raise in our village.
She kind of grabs you in. She's pretty strong, actually.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
Grandma strength.
Yep. You live up to your name, dear. Your grandmother would be very proud of you.
Hope she's okay.
Oh, I'm sure she's fine. She's tough.
That I can 100% agree with.
Help me up here. I'm getting old and sentimental.
Nothing wrong with that. We can't stop either.
Let's get going. So, in lore, the Hyalorings were people who came from the Grayslands. They were horse people. Actually worship Yamayo, the sun god, or Elmo. Shoot me, RuneQuest people. And they dragged this sacred lintel stone with them when they founded Runegate. And it's in the shape of a luck rune. So if you look at the luck rune, it looks like a little Stonehenge kind of thing. And that's one of the gates to Runegate, hence the name Runegate. But when the bat squashed the city, the only thing that was left standing was that.
That one fucking gate. Has
Yeah.
Runegate been rebuilt, or is it
It has been
ruins?
it has been rebuilt. Yeah, it has been rebuilt.
Is it under lunar control now?
Yeah, well, Sartar is. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I wasn't sure how much. Yeah.
It's technically part of Kolyamar tribal lands.
But it's been colonized.
Yeah, it's it's occupied.
They pay their taxes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta kill that fucking bat.
Good
We gotta
luck.
kill that fucking bat.
Good luck.
Or you could stay safe.
Yeah, Bryn,
You
Him, not me.
hypocrite!
you
Hypocrite!
can't fucking
Not
say
me.
that.
Him, not me.
You travel on, and you skirt the road because you can see you're staying off that trail. You stay to the hills, and kind of trying to keep track as Navenna is kind of leading the way, and she seems to be looking for something. And yes, Kung Fu Fender says something very important, which I neglected to say. Kang Harl's clan is the clan that controls Runegate. It's their city.
What's left of them?
Yeah, and also Leica's clan, because Leica and Kang Hall, same clan. Which means, Ruin, you have some blood ties there too, because you are distantly related to Leica. Yeah. Yep.
Oh boy.
So you skirt the northern edge of those the Starfires, and you start kind of descending not only the hills but towards the west. And as you do, about midday, you see some riders, like on horseback, kind of watching you from a distance.
Not Boarback, though. Distinctly not Boarback.
Not Boarback. But as you turn and you're looking, you see like the hills, the Thunder Hills and the Gage Hills to the north of you. I'm sorry, I'm kind of orienting myself on this map. I'm looking at like what stream sees, and it's like super tiny to me. Those are like, there's like patches of forest up on there, but they're mostly higher, like kind of like rocky hills. The forest down there is like some old growth forest. It's deep woods.
That the Pig Hollow Forest?
Yeah, the Collymore Wilds is what it's called. Yeah, the Collymore Wilds, where the Pig Hollow is.
Okay.
Okay, Pig Hollow. There's a sacred boar named Red Eye who lives there. The story
I've had good luck talking to important boars so far. So
this is a very important boar. The story behind Red Eye is that Ernalda got pissed at some farmers for not like properly sacrificing. I was like, here's a big fucking boar to mess with you assholes, until they started like sacrificing again. And she kind of just left Red Eye there. He just wanders around in there. The tusked riders really like him, so they tend to be around there. Hound Knob, there's a darkness spirit that lives there. It's a big black hound.
Oh.
Puppy.
No bueno. Yeah.
Oh.
But you see some riders in the distance kind of watching you. They're Olanthi riders. And
we should say hi.
Who do we have the entire third company? I assume this is after we've also
you
company. We have
we have
all of Dragon Company.
120-ish people. 120.
I assume this is after we've dropped off villagers, or no? We still have them with us.
Still. Yep.
Okay.
We still got them. Yep.
You're probably about 140 people.
Gotcha. Okay.
But you see them in the distance, and
are they like stopped, like looking at us on a high point,
sitting
sort
on
of thing,
horseback,
or are they...
yeah, watching you, kind of on a high point. You're like equal to them. They're on a different high point because you're coming down out of the hills. So in height wise, you're equal to them. But two guys on horseback, they're in what look like scale armor. You recognize their helmets as being Collymore type helmets. From a distance, they've got spears and shields. That's basically what you can make out. But Navenna kind of steps forward. You're in the front row. Anyone who's in the front sees this and kind of like whistles this whistle towards them.
Aww.
And the guy like whistles back.
Friends?
Exactly where we're looking for, dear.
Dear. Yes, her family likes me.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, dear, because she grew up with you. She was like the cool aunt when you were around growing up. Over time, the riders just kind of whistle back, and she goes, "We'll just wait here."
All right. Looking forward to the introductions.
They ride over. Yeah. Takes them a little while because they have to like go down through a valley and up.
They can do all the work. We'll rest.
You're on foot, so
We've
you
got
rest.
a fuck ton of people. Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. So they kind of rolled up. They're up front. Ooh, I got to grab something real quick. Hold on. I got to bring up a website I forgot to have, which is my name generator.
Yeah.
Oh, God. My margins are ready.
This one is probably not one that's worth
Okay.
marginizing.
That means Jess is going to definitely remember it.
Yeah, just.
They have horses. They're riders.
Ooh, that's a great name. All right. So two of them ride up and stop a respectful distance away from you. And one goes, "I thought I recognized you, Navenna, but I didn't know you had so many friends." "Oh, well, things have changed." "Right. Well, who are you with here now?" He kind of clicks up. And she goes, "Oh, who's in the front besides Rue and the wolf?" So-
Jess would be up towards
Okay.
the front too.
Arissa's on Ort, so wherever Bryn wants to be, that's where Arissa is.
Okay. I was like, Bryn is with Orissa, so wherever Orissa wants to be.
You're in control of the Ort.
Yeah, I assume
Get up here, Bryn.
I was gonna say I think we were probably further back, but once we stop and Nevada whistles, we probably moved up to the front while they were coming over.
Yeah.
So yeah. We're up there too. Standing next to her boyfriend.
He goes,
Dear.
"This is Bryn. This is Broar. 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 Broar.
Roar.
Broar.
Roar.
This is-
Roar with
Yeah.
a brie. With
Yeah.
a big
The break.
This is
B.
Broar.
Or with cheese.
This is Broar, and this is Erengor. Ashborn's men.
Do I
Whose
know
men?
that name?
Hashborn?
Ashborn's men.
Ashborn.
Yeah,
Hash
Hash
browns.
browns.
it is
Cheese
not
and hash
brown.
browns.
Ashborn. Yes, the name Ashborn, Thriceborn, immediately rings a bell for all of you.
A good bell or a bad
Yes.
bell?
Ashborn Thriceborn is named Thriceborn because he tends to die and come back. And he is a warrior who is a very close friend of Lega's.
Oh.
And who actually went with her into Snakepipe Hollow, which is not a very good place to go. It's like a chaos nest. But sometimes when you're
Okay.
going to be like king of the Calamar, you go to Snakepipe Hollow. Hi, Winnie. And you find a cat like
boy.
Winnie. And he went in there with her a couple times, actually. 2 or 3 times, I think. But when she was exiled, Leica, she took the black spear as like the symbol of the Calamar, and it's the whiter. And she was like, "Well, fuck you guys, I'm taking the spear." And she left. She has the spear. Kangharl actually doesn't have like the whiter or anything. He's just like the king, but he doesn't have any of the symbols of actual rulership.
He's like, I'm important. Listen to me.
Like,
And everybody's
she's
like,
like,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Grandpa.
Right. But Ashborn kind of was like, "Cool, bro, whatever," and just settled in his stead, which is somewhere in this area, and is just hanging out there and not really doing anything. And there's kind of this cold war between the Black Spear clan and Kangharl and his people, because they never really technically recognized Kangharl, but they also never really technically did anything that
Yeah,
would
they
allow
didn't like
him to
straight
just
up
squash
reject
him.
or rebel, but
Correct.
they didn't actually like bend the knee either. They're just sort of like, okay, we'll see how you do. But
Yeah, they're like, "Good luck, pal," and they just so there's like a cold war going on there. So you recognize the name Ashborn.
all right, cool.
Nice to meet you.
Right, Bryn, nice to meet you. Who are this? Well, I mean, there's a lot of them, but well, right. Well, this what's left of the Harrowborn, calling themselves Company of the Dragon. Company of the Dragon now. Company of the Dragon. It's a name, but the Harrowborn, you say? Yes,
That's right.
they laugh. They go, "The ones who drowned Kangharl?"
Yes.
Well, shit. Welcome. Ashborn's going to want to meet all of you.
Shit.
Come on. And he just kind of starts
Like
turning their horses, and they start leading you guys. And you follow them down, and you follow them down through the hills on paths now. You don't feel like you have to hide anymore. And as you go, a very icy drizzle of rain starts to fall around midday. But you walk a bit, and you see in the distance, you pass a couple smaller like farmsteads, and you see in the distance kind of like a hill fort, not a huge one, but a hill fort. So there's like a palisade wall, and it's up on a hill, and it's enclosed. There's a couple of buildings enclosed, and you see smoke coming out of it and everything. And as they get closer, Roar pulls out a horn, kind of blows it, and the horn from there blows back. And you guys march in. And as you march in, you see banners blowing over it of motion and air runes, just kind of on big blue cloths.
Britain's like, yeah.
Yep.
My people.
And yeah, you see guards on the wall with Orlanthe horned helmets and such. And within this big, it's a very well defended stead. There's a great hall and a couple of outbuildings, a nice loom, some granaries, barracks, enough space for a good amount of people to run and hide in. Not everybody lives in here, but it's a place to hide. I can't hear you.
Oh no,
Amber.
I was mouthing something to Jess, but like it then occurred to me that though I'm looking directly at her, she might not be looking directly at me. So
I got you. You see you see like chickens and geese and sheep kind of like, walking all around and people
There
herding
it
them.
is.
There it is.
Jeeps.
I've heard.
Jess will remember this now.
Yep. She's like, it's the sheep place.
Memory activated.
And you're taken to couple people kind of stop and watch as all these armed people kind of walk in. And you're taken to one of the barracks and given some room temperature water to wash with. But at least you get out of the cold rain.
That's nice, actually.
Yeah.
Your temperature is not cold, so I would take that.
Yeah. You're brought into some nice barracks with some fires going, and you're allowed to warm up and refresh yourself. And Brewer's like, refresh yourselves, and then Ashborn will want to meet with the leaders.
Thank you. Your hospitality is most welcome. We have some refugees that could use the rest.
Of course. Well, you can speak with Ashborn about that, but he'll see you when you're ready.
Oh, I meant just in the temporary. All right. Well, we get cleaned up. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have a couple minutes to get cleaned up if there's anything you want to do or say or talk to each other about.
Make sure the grandmothers are all settled and stuff.
The baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, the baby's doing. The baby was cold and cranky, but now it's like happy and warm.
Yeah, Arissa is, as local white lady is just kind of making sure baby is fine. Just like this is my responsibility.
Hey, Des.
Yeah.
Is it still weird for you when people just watch your marching places?
I'm not sure if I'll ever get used to it. I'm used to people seeing noticing me from afar, but that's usually
It's
back
just
home.
Squirrels watching me. It's not the same. Still feels like a play. Like I'm in a role.
Sorry, I had to answer something. Okay, let me know when you guys are ready. Yeah.
He asked to speak to the leaders. He wasn't talking. Like we're not those, right?
I think we are
definitely talking to us.
We're not in charge. What? Are we?
People are looking up to us. People are expecting us to lead.
Are we considered important now?
Are we considered adults? It's just it feels weird with like people like Morganeth and Navenna and
Aranina?
Aranina, my mom, like around,
Start making
We're going to that.
Yeah, I mean, you start making big decisions, you got to just keep doing them.
Arissa kind of like reaches down and hand goes into her bag and just kind of rests her hand on the orb. She doesn't pull it out because she just in case, but just kind of feeling it, just thinking.
Yeah, pulse. That he's there.
She'll gently pat the orb and look at the rest and go, "Our friend is listening. He's here."
not creepy
smile.
not creepy at all. Yeah.
Humor is like, great.
It is. How many people can say they have a dragon spirit looking over them?
Probably not as many who used to say that before they were killed by dragons.
You were one of the first people to trust him.
We have a working agreement. Would not go so far as to say trust, but a working agreement
But it's working.
so far.
So far.
So far. I do miss the royal though.
I think we all do. Nothing against our new wider. He's great, but
We'll
When
see him
we-
again.
Yeah.
our wider was home.
When we get our home back,
Yeah.
we can get him back too.
Yeah.
One step at a time.
And right now, our steps are in a warm, relatively safe place. So we'll enjoy it while we have it.
We're gonna meet Ashborn Thriceborn.
Yeah.
Bryn is like fangirl.
Like, bro.
James.
We are. The scar is gonna go first.
We're all gonna go at the same time.
Well, we're definitely all gonna go before Kym Reese because the last time we let him introduce himself first.
Yeah, I 100% have to rethink my like thing for Descara.
Oh god, yeah, we need to do that, don't we?
But I liked all of ours, even Kymreese's.
Kym Reese's was definitely over the top, but like it's definitely true.
I liked them all.
It's
Just
very
so
Kym
much.
Reese, you know.
But like
very
I
true.
have to rethink because I was thinking about it just the other week and I had to go back and I had to listen to the stream where we fought Drugala
Yeah.
and Kym Reese did get the killing blow.
Yeah. I mean, that's the point of our names, is just to add to them, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But like my I had gone with because a lot
Weren't
of us
you-
were mistaken that Descara got the killing blow on her.
Oh.
So I was like, oh yeah, the like that. I put that as part of my like introduction for Descara, and it's like, okay, never mind.
That's
Mm.
small
Everything
fish
get-
now.
Yeah,
And that's small fish now anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what dipped up Des car came
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
Yep. But I mean, it makes sense that your name would change, right? Like that was
Oh, yeah.
big for us in our
and then you
village,
add
right?
New stuff.
Yeah.
Yep,
Or
exactly.
it makes sense. It makes sense that we get to like replace and build and things get bigger.
but I still have to rethink it.
So Morganeth kind of shuffles over. And she goes, well, you'll have to go and make the tradition demands that you make the first introductions before we can go in.
What? Why?
You have the closest relationship with our wider.
Rue gently pushes Arissa for
Liv,
He's like,
Liv,
we're right behind you.
Liv is with her. Liv has her arm, and she's just like, "It's okay, Rue. I've met Ashborn. He's fine.
Is
Give
it?
me a insight check. Your mom.
Yeah, is he though? Looking at mom. Mom.
This is I'll give you. So I think you should use. You can use what the hell is? I can never find it.
Is it insight on species?
Yes.
Insight own species.
Insight own
yes.
species, but I'll give you plus 30% to your skill because this is your mom.
Oh, nice.
failed it. My mom knows how to lie to me, man.
Wow.
It's true.
Okay.
We'll take it. Okay, if mom says he's fine, he's
Ooh.
fine.
Okay.
You know, the nice thing though is that none of us are here alone, right? We're in this together, and we have leaders and great leaders to lean on and look up to as well.
Learning from the best.
Christian, did you see my message in Zoom chat? I just want to, like, I think I'm going to do this. I just need to make sure that Arissa would think that this is a safe place to do it. Like, I feel like yes, but I want to. Yeah.
So
Hmm.
So,
That's
it's
the
an in-game
problem.
choice, right?
Ah!
I wouldn't, maybe not
You be
Hey,
allude
maybe
to it, but
not-
like don't say the orb, like
Yeah.
like Arissa,
like guardian or
or
Protector.
So-
yeah.
I will give you context. Okay. I
'Cause,
mean,
like-
the cat's out of the bag when you roll up with a name like Company of the Dragon. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's that. All right. But,
the orb is a very specific thing to know about.
Correct.
So I would not mention the orb, but I'd maybe say like Arissa, Dragon Keeper, or Arissa walks
Yeah,
with
well-
the dragon in her hand, something
and
like
also
that.
like
Okay.
we wouldn't want people to like get to our wider, right?
Yeah, that's why I was
Yeah.
just like.
so the other thing is just kind of historically, like, you guys, when you grew up, like,
It's like a phylactery.
everything you were taught about for the Empire of Worms friends were
Or
like, they
the
were,
new word, sorry.
their soul gem.
Soul gem.
Soul gem. Thank you.
The Empire of Worms friends were like bad news because they went away from the old ways, kind of ignored worship of Orlanth and Ornalda to like learn this cool new dragon stuff. And because of that, they were punished. That was kind of what you were taught, right? Whether that's true, that's a matter of point of view, right? But
Yeah.
also, other people had, like, some people are like, yeah, fuck the Empire of Worms friends. We never should have done that. This is why that's why they were destroyed. They kind of reached too far and too wide and used magic, and they left the old ways. And some people are very traditional. Other people have more open minds about it. So it's kind of like you're always kind of taking a calculated risk when you're just like, hey, we hang out with dragons with people, because you
Yeah.
never know who's going to be like very conservative and be like, what the fuck are you doing? And who's going to be like, oh, cool. Or now I will say this, though. Somebody who's like gotten into Chaos Caves and has a name Demon Slayer has probably seen a thing or two. So he's probably a little more open-minded about stuff. So
So I just saw Kung Fu Fedras in chat.
I know we gotta think of. You didn't tell us we're gonna have to think of titles,
I
Christian.
forgot about the dragon porn.
Oh God, yeah, so much dragon porn
Oh, that's
See?
right.
Yeah.
on the walls. Marissa just says that out loud just now. Oh God, I forgot about the dragon porn, and it's back now, and we're all like, it is. Why?
So Roar comes in and he's like, ready, whatever. I'm just waiting.
All right.
He's kind of looking around because he doesn't know who the leaders are.
Oh,
necessarily.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. We're going.
Oh.
I'll take.
So Nevena.
Yeah. Well, no, also Morganath, also your mom, also Nevena. It's just, we got to walk first.
Walk in a pack formation.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we'll just start walking. I'm just gonna start walking. We're going.
He
Okay,
walks
we're
you
going.
kind of across the kind of like muddy ground. Now, it's hard, but you can tell like in the springtime it must be really muddy and stuff in here. There's a well right in the middle, kind of in the middle of where all these buildings are, and his big hall is kind of set back against the hill. That's where you're walking to. It's a very, very big hall, like way bigger than Gordagar's ever was. You could easily fit like a bunch of people in here. And as you walk in, you hear it's like big wooden pillars kind of guarding it. The pillars are carved as Orlanth. So like there's different aspects of Orlanth, like Orlanth the Warrior, Orlanth the Thunderbringer, Orlanth the King, Orlanth the Lightbringer. And you walk in.
It might be without an E, actually.
What is that?
Whiter, W-Y-T-R.
W-Y-T-E-R.
It's a T,
W-Y-T-E-R.
not a D.
Correct.
Yeah,
You've
whiter.
been doing that wrong the whole time.
W-Y-T-E-R. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Never trust my pronunciations of things. Just ask me how to spell it.
No, that's me too.
Yeah. So you walk in. As you walk in, there's big central fire pits, like running the whole length. And you're like, oh man, it's so nice and warm in here. And you see hung up on the walls, there's all sorts of benches and tables and stuff, enough for easily like 200 people to eat in here. Hung on the walls, like different like trophy weapons and stuff, and armor and shields and stuff that must have been taken from different battles and things like that. And you see like that raised dais kind of on the end where like there's a figure sitting, and there's a couple other like people in there, but the one that immediately like catches your eye is this person who's kind of sitting in front of him playing a little lyre. It's a duck, and you catch the tail end of his song as you walk in, and he goes, and where you all gone for season, and only our rivers run free. And he kind of like ends the song as you guys walk in.
Hey,
Of course,
Christian,
the
that was
ducks would be Irish,
impressive.
Scottish.
Thank you.
I
Yeah,
did not
the
sing in an
Irish-
accent.
They
Damn.
have a deep sadness.
There's a deep sadness to ducks.
The name of this
So-
episode.
Yeah. So you walk in, and he kind of like finishes his song right as you guys walk in, and Ashborn looks up, and he kind of steps aside and goes, "Thank you, Green Eye, my lord." And he steps aside. Green
Duck
Eye
Bard.
is named that because he's got like a black streak and then green eyes. His feathers around his eyes are green. The ducks have arms. I mean, for all intents and purposes, they look like Donald Duck. Like they're short and they have hands and they have feathers and they're ducks.
Do they wear pants?
They do wear pants.
Okay.
Depending on their job.
But are their bottoms like duck shaped or people shaped? Do they have cheeks? Do they have
Donald Duck?
cheeks?
Are
They
we
have
going like?
cheeks.
Are we
I
going
would say
like
that they have cheeks. Yes.
Duckburg, Duckburg ducks?
Yeah. I mean, that's where they come from. That's canonically, that's
We
where
ask
they
the
come.
important questions for
Yes,
you, viewer.
Yes. I would say that the ducks have cheeks.
That guy who draws the birds with the butts. Like he has a whole
Doc, we're
set of
not asking
calendars.
that.
They're so good.
Doc, that is a question you can email Christian about. Hi, Winnie.
See, what is it about the corkscrew dongs?
I don't
Oh.
know.
Oh no. That's a rainy question, man. I don't even know what
Hey,
that
can
thing
you-
is. Yeah, that's
Winnie, can you not show
that thing
your
is like
ass?
the combo, right? Is that what that is? It's like the combo
Are
wombo.
we- is it Cloaca? Has a
Yes,
Cloaca
Cloaca.
appeared in the chat?
Stop it.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
It is the universal orifice.
Stop it.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not answering that. How's that sound?
Trying to eat my
So
fucking
awesome
plastic.
duck plays a lute. Okay.
I'm only
Yes.
in chambers.
So let's just yes.
Eye.
So the awesome duck, Green Eyes, plays a lute, and then he kind of steps aside, and you guys are like walked in front of Ashborn, and he kind of looks over you, and Rue. Do you think he kind of recognizes you real quick? Do you think you see something in his eyes when he looks at you?
Oh no.
He kind of
Me.
stops when he looks at
Of
you,
all people.
but he says, "Hail, strangers, who comes this way to a place is not allowed to everyone. Do you come in friendship or as a foe?"
Ah, fuck, I don't remember this saying. This is we have a thing that we normally say.
You know
yeah.
what you have to say here.
Rue remembers this.
Yeah.
Do you?
No, I don't, but Rue does.
Through the character.
Yeah,
Bryn- I
before
think Bryn
with
does
the
too.
Dragon.
We no,
You
but we
say,
say it
I
all the
come-
time.
I come as a friend.
Oh, okay,
I
that's
come as
simple.
a friend. Yeah. I come as a friend.
Can you speak for a group when you're in a group? Or do you have to
One of
all
you
say
can
it?
speak. Yeah. It would be probably better if one of you spoke for the group, because that way,
We come as friends.
it wouldn't be as confusing. Yeah.
No plastic.
Yeah, Bryn is the one fanning really hard.
I
Here's your
hit
chance,
things.
Bryn.
I hit things. We come as friends.
Hold on. I have to read this damn
Love it when
thing
my
now.
girlfriend orders for me when we go out to eat. Yes.
Excuse me. He said no pickles.
They
Exactly.
really are that meme. Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
He goes,
Yes, we,
Dude.
we come as friends. We are the company of the dragon.
"Greetings then, company of the dragon. You speak with the chieftain of this place, Ashborn Thriceborn. They call me Demon Slayer. Tell me your name if you are friend."
Shit, his is so short.
Kymri's conqueror of death. Like when it's
Yeah.
when it's that, you
we
don't
can
need
say
anything else.
you guys, you go through that whole thing, and
Okay.
if you
I
want to
was
do your
like-
titles, we can, but like you don't have to. We don't have to do the
yeah,
whole thing.
I don't
Yeah.
have like a good
I-
title for
yeah.
this right now.
I wrote it down. I have
Yes,
Arissa.
Arissa, do it.
Go ahead.
Arissa, bearer of the whiter, protected by harmony.
Welcome, Marissa. It's good to have a white lady once again in these halls.
Thank you for your hospitality. We have been traveling for quite some time, and it's a much needed break.
You're welcome
You're
to stay
also
here as
strong.
long as you need. We can have a feast for the evening then to welcome you, and some music.
Thank you. That's most generous.
Give me some time to set things up, and come back. Or make yourself at ease. Ask for anything you want. Ashborn is probably about 30. Looks a lot older because he's been through some stuff. What are you pointing at? Why?
You asked me a question for reasons about my mom.
I don't know what you're talking about.
They fucked.
He has like dreaded up hair. His hair is brown with like very auburnish like highlights of red, and it's dreadlocked. He's got a beard that's like kind of tied here. He's got a bunch of freaking tattoos all over the place, including his face, and like motion and air runes mostly. He has like a sacred Orlanth like necklace that he wears. It's like Orlanth as a dragon slayer, and he's not wearing any armor or anything as he sits in here, but he does have a sword with him.
Oh, so
Would
it's
it be-
Bryn's dream man.
Hey, my dream man is right here.
Are you sure? She don't act like it. I mean, shit.
It's true. It's fair. Would it be inappropriate to ask him now some questions about things, or is that like more appropriate decorum to wait for later until like?
Until the
Yeah,
eating
he asked
is
for a minute.
occurring.
We'll give it to him.
Yeah.
Let's disperse
Yeah.
and not just stand in front and stare at him
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll just thank him.
Yeah, thank you for your hospitality.
Check with
Sidle away.
Morganeth and the other real leaders. Be like, yes,
Did you bring
good.
them with you?
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, okay. In that
Yeah,
case,
like Liv,
in that
Morganeth.
case, when everybody
Ernita,
as everybody
Lonson.
introduces, Liv
We
introduces
just went
herself,
first.
and he goes, he right away he goes, as she introduces herself, he goes, "How many years has it been, Liv?" She kind of blushes a little bit, and she goes, 18. And he goes, 18 years. Well, you must forgive me. It's been a busy 18 years. And she kind of laughs, and he laughs, and that's it. And he goes back to the next person.
His eyes are bigger, but nothing else has changed.
Everyone just slowly shifts their eyes towards Rue.
He's like,
Brendan's not subtle at all. Brendan's just like,
thank you for your hospitality.
Liv, as you walk out to like hang out for a bit, Liv seems very happy. Your mom.
Aw. That's good. No, that's good. That's good.
And
They're all
she
friends.
goes, we grew up, we didn't grow up together, but we'd always see each other at clan meets and things like that when we were little. That's all. He's an old friend.
Glad you've had the chance to run into each other again.
Too.
Has he ever met me before I could
No.
remember?
No, I don't think so. I haven't seen him in many, many, many years before you were born.
He's just gonna hug his mom.
aw.
Do you have the afternoon? Do you have like an hour or two to do anything if there's anything any of you, want to do?
Yeah.
I should not stay here and just watch this guy. I should go.
No, I mean, he's not just sitting there either. He's probably doing
Probably like
things.
he's managing or something.
Yeah, managing and talking and stuff.
Are we allowed to like kind of go about the stead?
Yeah.
Or
you
would
have
that
free
be
reign.
weird? We have free reign? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
you've
gonna
been
take a
formally
walk.
welcomed and trusted.
Cool. I'm gonna take a walk around the stead and just get the sort of lay of it. I'm just gonna go get some air. I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna go for a stroll.
I mean,
Or walk around.
it's very, very well fortified. So that you recognize right away. I
Looking
mean,
at the ramparts.
very
and,
very well built ramparts, very sturdy. And now you know a thing now, and you're like, okay, this is great. Like, they've cleared the trees out from around here. They have to. Anyone who's coming at this place has to come uphill through a very open area. They're just going to get absolutely like destroyed by spells and arrows if they're trying to get to this place. Things like that. You recognize like carved runes into the posts here and there, where you're probably like, all right, that probably is like spells that are laid into their protection spells or wardings or whatever that are already laid into the fortifications. It's a very impressive fortification.
Does everyone that I see kind of while strolling around look like Kolyamar, or do I see like some people like a couple Simbari folk, or this like
you see mostly Kalimar. You recognize your clan tattoos as Hyording, which is what he is. He's one of. Then you're in the area of their lands right now, the Hyording lands, or you're very close to them, and yeah. So mostly Hyording. You see one or two others, like other clan tattoos. You think you see a couple of tribal tattoos, actually. You're like, oh, I think that might be like Milani, or like, yeah.
Mm.
But not many.
all right.
A couple ducks, in addition to Green Eye.
Compared to our village, is this like twice as big, 3 times as big, the same size?
I would say
So
like
it's
small.
really like not a village as much as it is it's a fort, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems small.
So it's like a very big stead, and big enough.
I don't mean area-wise, I mean population-wise.
Oh, population?
Like they can field more soldiers, sort of thing.
No, this is smaller, much smaller than
Smaller,
what you
okay.
guys. Yeah, probably. I mean, of like actual soldiers, you probably saw like maybe 20 or so,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
maybe a little more. Actual soldiers. Now, don't forget, each stead has like weapon thanes who are like the actual soldiers, and then there are other people who could most of what your company of Dragon now is just what they would call the Fjord, which is just like the guys who showed up, people who showed up with like a spear and a helmet and fought.
Yeah, right.
So like he could definitely, if he needed to put out a force, put out more than that.
Yeah.
But his like men, his warriors, maybe 20. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is not like a deeply militarized fort. Like it's well built and stuff, but it's not like he has a force here that he's just sitting around with. Like I could attack if I wanted to.
No, it's just it's just really what it is. It's a place where it's like, fuck you, come get me, and they can't because it's very well defended, and they'd have to go through.
And it's also not so large that they're going to put significant resources into coming to get it anyway.
Correct.
It's on that edge there. Like it's not like, well, this guy's raising an army, so we do have to address this.
Correct.
It's like
correct. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
You okay?
My girlfriend's walking with me.
Oh,
He's
she's
like-
checking in on you.
He's like, yeah, I yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna see the others settled and get cleaned up, but I'll see you at the party.
I'll save you a seat.
She like meets eyes with Syl, like, watch him.
I don't need a handler. No, really, I'm fine.
Goes back inside.
Still is like, do you smell it, brother?
What specifically? There's a lot of smells around here.
The woods.
I do.
They are deep, and they are dark, and they contain many secrets.
They probably have wolves. Maybe wolves have heard of Black Eye.
Tomorrow will be the night.
We have to use every minute wisely.
We do.
He's gonna walk to somewhere he can see the woods in the distance a little bit better with Syl.
Get up on the walls easily if you want to, and you look in, and it's very deep. dark forest, like primordial forest.
That's scary, but that's gotta be also so nice. It's probably been so long since they've run in the woods.
Like real woods. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something to look forward to. And he just sort of like places his hand like on the back of her neck.
Kind of ears twitch from the good, good pens. Anyone else want to do anything with their afternoon?
Yeah. Arissa is gonna look around and just see which temples or shrines might be there to give offerings.
Sure. So there is obviously a shrine to Orlanth.
Right.
That's the big one. And there's like within that shrine, there's smaller statues to Ronalda and Barntar, the farmer. And Shalana Roy always has like a little, like whenever you have a Temple of Orlanth, you always have like typically like statues dedicated to the other 7 Lightbringers. So there are so those statues are all there. And that's actually true with most other Lightbringers temples too. Like if you walk into a Shalana Roy one, you'll find like an Urmal statue and an Isari statue and like all the other like gods too. Because they're always kind of like people can go and like honor them together if they wanted to. So basically that's what you have there.
Okay. Yeah, she'll definitely make what offering she can with what she has. And she is quite pleased to see a little thing to Shalana, especially, missing her own little shrine back home. So she spends a little extra time there in prayer and
make a worship Shalana Roy roll.
Nice.
sorry, I had to move Cat away from food. What is my worship? 70.
Ooh,
Don't
it is
fuck with me. Don't do
nowhere
this.
near
Not
to
this
the
roll.
burger.
Before you tell me what it is, because I'll be kind, you can also augment it if you want. Don't forget that.
Yeah. Can I?
Yeah.
Take them augments.
All right. I literally have devotion Shalana Roy her possible augment.
Shit.
So I got it. Not fantastic, but I got it. I got 71. My devotion is 80.
Gives you plus 20.
Okay.
So now you get a 90 on your worship roll, right?
You said I
You
get
got
plus 20?
You get plus 20.
Yeah. Okay. So under 90.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake. Okay. 27.
So that's a hard success or a special, right? Am I right?
Yeah, probably, right? Is it less than?
Hold on a minute. No. I don't think it is. It's a 5th is a special. Hold on.
Oh, okay. If it's no, then it's not.
It's not. Yeah.
Hmm.
Where's my thing? Yeah, it's not. You would have to roll under a 18 for that.
Yeah.
So, all right. Okay. Either way, you feel the goddess's presence.
Her body relaxes a little upon feeling that. And she just starts talking very quietly. Thank you. I feel your presence here, and it is more appreciated than anything. We are in troubled times, in desperate places, and I can only hope that we are able to keep our people safe and strong. And I hope to bring the light the way you did before me. Whatever I need to do, whatever I can do, please set me on the right path, and I will follow.
Flashback of your initiation. Where there was a part where you were walking, if you remember, through just this world that was like dead and or dying with Shalana Arroy, and things were just like coming back to life and around her as she walked, and you just remember walking with her like that.
She just kind of settles. And she'll sit there for a little while longer before going back to rejoin.
As you walk out, you notice a small statue you missed. It's one of Heller.
Kind of stops, does a little double take. What would a appropriate offering to Heller be?
So Heller is the god or goddess of rain.
Okay.
So I'm going to say this: you're still a little wet. You did dry off, but some of your clothes are still a
Bring
little
your hair
damp.
out.
Yeah, a little bit of rainwater would be
Yeah.
appropriate.
Yeah, Arissa has long hair, stringy as it is. She's got a lot of it, so she'll bring it all over to one side and just kind of do a little gentle wring out.
It's a tiny. Most of these are carved like wooden statues. This one is carved of Heller, and he's dancing. One arm is up and one arm is down, and like the arm that's up is bringing rain, but like split straight down the middle. One side is male, the other side is female.
So kind of look at the statue for a little while longer, not say anything, and then kind of give the tiniest nod to the temple as a whole and head back to the group.
Yes.
Okay, something I want to ask Syl.
Okay.
While we're sitting on the wall, just kind of watching toward the old growth woods. Been thinking about the dogs.
It kind of growls.
And that I don't know why we're supposed to hate each other.
Dog is a traitor.
What did he do?
Damn it, Amber! I was hoping you wouldn't remember this because I didn't have time to work on it. Yeah. Before time. Before even there were 2-leg and 4-leg Tamori. Wolf and dog were brothers. They ran together, and they played together, and they laughed together, and they hunted together. Wolf could always count on dog, and dog could always count on wolf. So we thought. But then, Telmore ate the sun. And the world was dark. And there wasn't enough food to go around. People discovered what death was. The wolves were starving. The dogs were starving. Dog left wolf to live with the humans. And he gave up his freedom to do it. And dog and humans chased the wolves away.
Thinks about that for a little bit. Kind of nodding. That's the Telmori story.
Yes. We truly
The
have
dog
almost
story
no
is-
friends.
Were humans starving too?
Everything was. We would have died if it wasn't for Raven. Raven learned what death was. And Raven learned that we could eat the dead. And Raven showed Wolf. Wolf protected the Raven, and they ate the dead together. So Wolf and Raven survived in the winter when everyone else was starving.
Dog and human survived too.
They did.
Just sounds like everybody was hurting and trying to find any way they could. Do you think they can ever be friends again? Brothers.
Kind of get like a dog shrug.
Because I am human and wolf.
No, you're a wolf.
He's just gonna lean his head on her.
Kind of leans back. And
The existential dread of what am I still there. Like less blurry, but it's just like I don't know if this will ever end.
Bryn, where are you?
I am helping Grandma 1 and Grandma 2 get settled and
After
cleaned up.
they do, you get them cleaned up and settled. You have a moment or two when you're kind of just like washing your own hands. You feel a wind kind of like blow at the back of your neck, and you hear a voice, or feel a voice rather. May I speak with you, Bryn?
Whose voice is it?
Shabashak.
Fucking dragon.
Shit, do I know like where to go? Just like go in private? Because he's talked to me before in my mind.
Have to go
Or-
into Arissa's pocket.
I know. I'm like, do I have to go find the orb? But like we've talked before. Yeah. Okay. I'll just go find a quiet place, maybe brushing down Ort or something like that. Like he's a horse.
Ort needs a good brushing and a good cleansing of. He was out in the cold and rain, so he needs to get foofed up.
Yeah. So I'll go do that.
You're doing that, and he goes, I feel I must apologize, although I do not know why.
Why do you feel you need to apologize?
I feel like the spirit version of a sigh.
I mean,
And,
I'm sure you do, but I don't actually know which one you're talking about right now.
I'm be so mad. I know what's coming.
How do I explain? The world's human ways are not dragon ways. Dragon ways are not human ways.
Yeah.
Things that seem very real to you seem to be nothing more than a dream to me. Things that might not even seem real to you are very real to me. I noticed, because we're connected, a loss and a sadness and an anger yesterday with my last sermon. And I would just... Well, it was never my intention to upset you. And he says that kind of as a question because it doesn't sound like he understands necessarily upsetting.
I took your story yesterday as hope, a confidence in who I am and the beliefs that we have as a people and what I believe in.
Okay.
I wasn't sad, Shavashak.
Even if you were, hope is sometimes a sad thing.
Yeah, it is a mix, right?
When we go through the stages we go through, my people, I mean, they must evolve through things to truly understand them. So they must know hate and love and greed and charity and all different things, all sorts of things, to move beyond them. It has been a very long time since I moved beyond them. So if I am puzzled by them, I hope that you can forgive me, because I have never been this close to humans before, nor did I ever expect to be.
When you first reached out to us, you had wanted to learn, right? Of the
I
world
did. Yes,
and where we were at. Is that something you still feel like you're doing?
I'm trying. There are things I don't understand.
There's a lot I'm trying to make sense of too.
Perhaps we can do so together then, Bryn.
Maybe. Maybe. No, your story yesterday talked a lot about loss, but it said despite all of that, we would still have ourselves. I hold on to that.
I do too. I hope it is true because I am not fully myself. But I am a part of what I once was. One day I hope to be all of it again.
What's that entail?
Finding the lost pieces.
That's right. What do you think that will cost?
You can't see a shrug, but you feel a shrug in your mind. And you get the question of, is there a price that's too high to pay to be who you really are?
That's a good question. There might be.
We will find that out together too.
Maybe I don't want to find out.
Well, then you won't.
That doesn't seem right either. Seems like I'm going to have to, right?
No one has to do anything, Brent.
I wish that were true. Wish that were true. That's not the kind of world we live in.
That is what I'm trying so hard to understand. But thank you. And again, I apologize if I upset you. And you feel him kind of. Skara, anything you want to do before dinner?
Jesus, Amber, what is this?
Dying.
I think Des is doing what he likes to do. He likes going around to our clan members, making sure that they're all set, that they need any help with anything, if they want anything, because that is community is what connects Des to his the man side instead of the beast side of his.
Sure. So you notice as you're doing this that Ashborn's people are like on point with this, and particularly the Sambari that you took out of the plantation, who you kind of like jury rigged like warm clothes and stuff together for them, already taken care of. They've gotten like warm clothes and wool cloaks and things like that, and he's got some. There aren't any Shalana or Roy healers here, but he's got some of his own, like, wise women kind of working with them on like, minor issues, from hiking and stuff like that, like torn up feet or blisters or just things like that, or maybe the beginnings of like, cold seeping in and getting them. They're kind of working with that. You know what that mug looks like, actually, dude? It looks like a Deep Rock Galactic Dwarf mug. Yeah, Rock and Stone, brother. Yeah, that's a really cool mug. Yeah.
Now you shut off because Jacob Boom had said he liked it earlier.
That is really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
It's one of the mugs. One of my closest and oldest friend had gotten me for Christmas this past Christmas. Like, mugs is one of my favorite.
Mugs is one of
things.
his vices.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
last year one was really good too.
Yeah, this was my last year
Mugs
one.
are his tragic
Yeah.
flaw.
I've seen that one
is.
before. Yeah, that is really cool. Berserk
Monogrammed.
Kentavious. Oh, that's amazing.
And yes, Doc, Hercules is my dog's name.
Awesome.
Other mugs.
But he's better known as Papa Nutter.
Yep. And because I mentioned it, my
Nice.
drinking horn.
Nice. Very cool.
Now you just need a beverage in each one so you can be a beverage goblin like me.
Mug, water bottle,
Yes.
alcohol.
Yeah. Are you drinking the alcohol though?
Yes.
Okay.
Alcohol I'm making myself.
Damn.
Soda.
Beverage goblins
goblins.
unite. Everyone with 3 or more beverages, raise your hand. Me and Ken.
I got one drink.
Go.
Yep.
You
I have a lot
losers.
of drinks that I'm mixing together to make
Just
one drink.
water.
I've got tea, soda, and water right now.
It's going to be, I should have made a nice warm tea. I got to get back to it. I didn't feel like it today.
Good tea season.
It's tea season's a coming. I got to
Rainy,
use my,
yeah.
my cool stag tea steeper.
Nice.
But all right. So yeah, you notice like Ashborn's people are on point with that. And I've already like started taking care of these people and like tending to them. You see Azrala's like in there helping out too.
You just notice your girlfriend across the muddy field.
Yep.
You catch
The woman you've sworn your life to.
You catch technically not yet. You catch each other's eye.
I mean,
just
I
as
know
a
he
handle.
did.
Yeah, I
He
did.
sworn
already
his
sworn his
loyalty to under
I
pain
did.
of fate worse than death.
Yes.
Not
correct.
necessarily in a marriage way, but in I will never hurt you way.
Yep, that's true. That is true. So yeah, you catch her eye and she smiles and kind of like flicks her hair back behind her ear and goes back to like helping people.
Gee.
But with that, time passes. Night comes. Gets cold out. Some very big fires are laying in the hall, in the main hall, and there's some boar and some cattle. There's a cow that's been slaughtered, so there's some beef to go around, and some very good, it digs in and brings out the potatoes and the vegetables and things like that. So there's some roasted potatoes and food, and mead, clear wine, because we are Kalimar, so we're civilized, and cider and all sorts of things like that as well. And so there's a nice feast, and Green Eye provides harp music and some singing and traditional Kalimar songs throughout the night as you feast. You guys
We'll
are
get there
seated.
early enough to get Bryn a drink and a plate and a spot for her.
Ashborn
and
makes sure that
protect it.
Ashborn makes sure that Syl gets her own plate as well.
Aw.
Yeah.
Aw. Yay. He seems all right. We're gonna be talking to so like he seems all right, right? Does he? Let's keep an eye on him.
He seems fine. I like him. She says, like, as she chews on like a big beef bone.
He seems decent, right? Nevada said he's cool. Mom says he's cool.
He's fine.
I like him. Hey, you like anyone who pays you.
Yeah. So during the night, you're seated close to like in a seat of honor by the main seat of the chief.
Oh,
And,
being up here. Oh God, it's so weird being up here.
Yeah. But as you
We're
people
real adults.
people like walk around and talk and stuff. So during the talking, Ashborn comes over with his like horn goblet like filled with something and kind of like sits down near you because Liv is near you too, right?
Yeah.
And he sits down and they start catching up.
Amber's like, don't eavesdrop on your mom.
So
Yes.
sit down. Give me a
Yes.
scan roll.
What is my scan? Scan's not great, but that's okay. Nope.
I'm going to give you the Vegas part of it. You're very close to the table where a bunch of people, like just regular folk, are seated. You're kind of at the end of the table overlooking that. As the plates are put out, you notice like Lily is at that table because it's hard not to miss Goth Girl amongst all these people. And like the plate is put down in front of her and you kind of just see her kind of like, she does this kind of like thing and she kind of like nods 3 times and looks like she's saying something to herself.
Do I recognize that as belonging to any specific?
Nope.
Okay.
So fast forward again. Liv and Gordon, I'm sorry. Liv and Ashborn are just like joking around and talking. And so and Ashborn looks at you and he goes, she used to babysit me. And she goes, I did not babysit you. And she goes, no, it's true. Got into all sorts of trouble because she was a very poor babysitter. She goes,
She
that
was
was because
much
of,
better by
we
the
got
time she
in
had
trouble
me.
because of Leica and you, not because of me. And he laughs and he goes, that's probably right.
What's the longest she ever lost you for?
Was it 3 days? That's about right. Yeah. 3 days.
My God.
Oh no, what did your mom do?
She got used to it after a while.
She was like, he'll come home when he's hungry.
Yeah, exactly. I always came back. Still do. That's why I'm called Viceborn. She goes, you need to stop taking so many risks. He's like, it's easier to come back to life than it is to stay dead now anyway.
We all look at Kymreese.
Kymreese is just kind of like
Have you met
staring
our
at him
friend
with that weird.
Kymreese, the conqueror of death?
I have, yes.
I like him.
So, I understand these people are Sambari.
Yes.
It's good what you did. They'll be hell to pay because Caius is a prick, but they won't come up this way.
It's good. They could use some peace for a little while.
Well, we have the hard seasons, hard to travel, so we can they can stay with us for the bad seasons. Once the roads are open, we'll see what we can do to get them back to their folk.
Thank you.
We all have to work together, right?
We do. Yes.
Sarah,
It's a preview of our next emote.
I love it.
I'm gonna clean it up a little bit, but
Shit, I can't see it.
Did you make this?
I did make that, yes. I found the image and then I got your hair from the official art, and then I just hand did the rune, but
That's great.
I'll
That's
polish it
awesome.
up and we're gonna have a tiny angry Bryn emote.
I love it. It's
Amber, it's in
perfect.
Facebook chat. It's in the RuneQuest messenger.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh my god, it's so good.
It's
It
amazing.
is. Perfect angry face.
It's the middle finger. I was like, this is
Yeah.
so
That
good.
face is so good.
It is.
I love it.
I had it when Amber was doing her Zoom chat angry Bryn spam. My brain was like, there's an emote in here.
Like, don't fight the wider. Don't fight the wider.
Fight everything.
So he says, we'll have to work together. Sartar envisioned a nation united.
When we defeated Kangharl in the Vale, it was because we worked with the Talmori and an old enemy. We have to get more people to see that.
We do. Well, Leica might not like Kalir, but I can see her point sometimes. She's just very pointed in the way she makes them.
Yeah, they're gonna need a truce.
Well, they're together
The
now.
Lunars are the real enemy. There's
Wherever
time
they
to
are.
figure all that out after they're
I
gone.
wish them well in Whitewall, because that's where they all are now.
They drove the bat away.
I heard that. You haven't met the king yet, eh? Royan.
No.
He's something. I say his Vingot returned.
That's a high compliment.
Aye. Well, for tonight at least, let's not worry about war.
Rue, joke's on you.
He's like,
Always
green
worried.
eyes.
I always worry
I know
about
you got
war.
some happy music. Play some happy music for a change, will ya?
Is it the duck playing still?
Yeah. And Green Eyes is like, and he starts playing some happy music.
But it's
But he
still
looks
sad 'cause
sad
it's
about it.
Irish.
Yeah, it's still like, it's Irish, so it's still sort of sad. And some Holy Bar like, hey, and they start like clapping and stuff.
Like
And
you can dance to it, but it's about like
yeah,
never
Yeah.
getting to be with the person that you love.
yeah, exactly. It's like an upbeat, sad song. Yes,
Just don't concentrate on the lyrics too
right.
often.
that's right.
Yeah.
It's like, I was so funny. I was listening to when we were playing Vason. I was like, I got into like Irish folk music for some reason.
Oh, so
And I
good.
was listening to, there was this one song and it was like, I forget what it was, but it was like about someone who was like Mary O'Donnell, who was like a fishwife or something, right? And it was like so happy. And I'm listening to it, I'm like, she's going to die at any minute now because this is an Irish song. And it's like, right as a minute, I thought it was like, and then she died and she'll never be back again. And it became like, just took this turn, but it still had like this upbeat, like melody and everything. It was on a hurdy-gurdy. And I
Yep.
was like, yeah, that's
Yep.
so Irish.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
tracks.
So it's that sort of song that Green Eyes is singing. Yeah. And unless you have anything else to do, your
Gonna
party.
go dance with Bryn.
All right.
Aw.
Kymese asked
Take
you to
an extra
dance,
drink.
Arissa.
Go dance
Yeah.
with Bryn.
He'll accept.
All right. Des,
Mhm.
Azrael is just staring at you.
Ah, yeah, you need to do it. Do the thing. The Kyrie's move. Pass the line.
Des will
Sprinkler his way on over.
Des will take Estrella to dance.
Excellent. You dance.
Look at us. We're all falling in love. Nothing bad is going to happen.
Amber. Don't jinx it.
You your party. Your party.
To the party.
Yep.
At one point, honestly, just to be silly and lighten the mood, Arissa will steal Bryn from Rue and dance with her.
I'm gonna steal Kymries.
Yeah,
It's like I'm not used to dancing with someone this tall. Kymries is so short too.
I was like, wait, yeah.
Hilarious.
Aw.
I forget if I'm even allowed to.
You just
Okay.
can't eat meat. So
yeah,
you're
still it's
respect,
Arissa.
you're
So
respectfully
very
giving,
she has the
obviously-
respectful amount of
Okay.
like 1 or 2. She's
Yeah.
not really. She's already fucked up.
About
Oh
this
my
much.
We're
I was like-
10% impaired with physical and coordination skills, and 10% improved with, or we think improved with social skills. About that much.
Okay. All right. You
That
get a good
seems-
buz on. All right.
Yeah, that seems accurate. I was gonna say
Alright,
not a
fair,
lot, but
fair.
not a little either.
If you want to make a dance roll, you can. Anyone, since John Malcolm
Fuck
made a
yes,
good
I
point.
need to see what Rue is doing right now in
Oh,
public.
this
where
did
we
Yeah.
can
not
see
work
him.
well
Yes,
the very
it did.
first time I
It
did
did
it.
work. It did not work well.
I was
Amazing.
like, Bryn's good at dancing. Yeah. Then I rolled and I was like,
I remember we
wow,
all
I
failed, but
got
Rue
a
failed by the least, so he
TPK.
almost.
Okay. Okay. Where is dance? Oh, no. Okay. I'm gonna,
Wanna dance?
Oh.
Yes,
I'm gonna,
I got 15% in that baby.
me too.
I have
Not
a 30,
good.
10.
I have a 30%, but I got a 69.
Nice.
Nice. He's not doing great, but he is getting laid.
Laid,
tonight,
yeah,
so-
I was just gonna
Absolutely.
say.
We're going to say that the evening goes very well for you. So you think you danced excellently.
You
The
make us
DM.
well a laugh, which is the thing that really matters.
DM's After Dark critical.
Yep.
I failed.
Yeah. Okay. The rest of you,
We're just stepping on each other. It's great.
does it really
It's fine.
matter?
It doesn't
You
matter,
have
yeah.
fun. Yeah. The evening wears on, and eventually you all fall asleep. Now you can head to back to like the barracks, or like sometimes people just sleep in the hall.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of imagining is just sleeping in the main hall.
Okay. Who else? What else? Where do you? Des
I'm gonna snuggle up wherever Bryn
probably
is.
not in the hall. Hopefully.
Probably not.
Okay.
No.
So they
Who
vamoose.
knows?
Snuggle up with Bryn, and then Sill's gonna come, and she's just gonna like go
On
like
the
between
other
us,
side.
like
Oh no, I was imagining Rue as the middle
Sandwich.
spoon.
oh
Yeah.
Still snuggles in between us?
Because dogs do that sometimes.
Yeah, they do.
They go and then they like push
Oh.
their legs out, and they're like,
Yep.
all of
They
this is mine.
so do.
I'm just gonna like roll over her, like no.
one of
That
the
was like my whole life when we had a dog. Was like my Ophelia wanting to get up. My Ophelia was like this big, and she would like click up the hallway and like look at me on the bed, and I'd pick her up and put her in the bed, and she'd do like get right in between us, and then I'd feel like 4 feet in my back, just like pushing me away.
Making room.
Just like-
I had the comfy version of that. So when I was younger, my stepsister had a chocolate lab, and he was chaotic, but he was super sweet. And we had a trundle bed, and I had the pull out because I was only there, every other weekend, whatever. And so I would just, I'd be like less than a foot off the floor. About an hour after I go to sleep, big old chocolate lab climbs up on the bed, lays back to back with me, and stretches his little paws out. So I had a giant chocolate lab back warmer for a couple of years. It was great.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I
trade it
love
for the
that
world.
dog.
Yeah, I miss Ophelia so much. Sometimes I still think I hear her like in the middle of the night, like clicking around. I miss her so much. Yeah,
Yeah. Hercules
Anywho.
is my little spoon.
yeah.
Aw.
Aw.
Stuffed animal. Burger does that sometimes. Sometimes she sleeps like right up by my like face and upper chest, and I put my arm around her.
Aw.
Winnie only snuggles on the couch. She really doesn't care about the bed. But if Joe or I are laying back on the couch and have like an arm like this and kind of nudge her in there, she will stay. I've had her fall asleep and nap with me like for an hour.
Aw.
She's finicky about cuddles though.
As cats are.
Yeah. She just deals with me.
So you guys fall asleep. Des, you're not in this because you're not in the hall. I'm gonna say Kymreese isn't there either. Orissa, what do you do?
She'll probably stay in the hall mostly because there's more fires there.
Yeah, it's nice and warm in the hall. So we
And
got
Orissa is always cold.
okay.
This weather sucks for her.
So you guys fall asleep in the hall. Late that night. You're not sure how late, but you're woken up because you hear like horses just like thundering into the outside,
No, sis, straight up.
and the hall like opens, and you see some warriors walk in. They're definitely Orlanthe warriors, and with them there is a really old guy wearing you see you recognize runes for Isseries.
Say that one more time.
You recognize the runes for Isseries, the merchant god. And a very old guy who's carrying like some bags and stuff, and a very, very old duck is like following behind him.
Rue sits up like lightning fast, like, "Oh, we gotta fight.
And Ashborn like comes out of the back, like he's kind of like just putting on like a fur cloak, and he's like, what happened?
We're both like,
yeah, was there like, does he have company?
No,
Oh.
you know for a fact your mom went back to the other place. And he goes, what happened, old friend? And he goes, attack, Lunars and those damn black oaks attacked us. I'm afraid the Thane is dead of Apple Lane. But they were looking for me, my friend. Well, they didn't get you, that's what's important. Right. But they won't stop. I'm afraid they won't stop. Well, we'll have to
How
get...
long ago? It's like amped.
This is Gringle Goodsell.
Gringle Goodsell.
Right. Nice to meet you, young man. Nice. Nice.
Sorry to interrupt.
girl.
I just can we catch up with them?
Oh, we don't want to. They're after me, dear. I don't want to be caught. Sorry,
No,
dear,
we.
no. Oh,
Jesus, honey.
it's the middle of the night. I mean, it's cold out there, and it's quite a ways.
They won't catch you if they're dead.
There are a lot of them.
How many?
Well, the Black Oaks and some lunar soldiers, probably about 50 or so.
Okay. Fuck.
And what happened? They came looking for me.
Do we know this man? Why do they want him? Do we know this man? No.
Gringle
New man.
sort of rings a bell to you, but nothing like major.
Huh.
All right, well, they won't find you then. We'll get you out of here. Right, these fine fellows, they were sent. Some other friends of ours. They'll be escorting me south, I suppose. It's the only place left I have to go. Back home again, in the Holy Country. But you were the closest, Ashborn, so they took me here first. We'll stay the night then, and we'll get you off in the morning. No, I don't even think I should stay that long. What do you need from me? Some horses? An escort? At least as far as Duck Point? I'll be fine from there. All right. I can do that for you, Gringle. What? Probably never see you again. What are you laughing about, Sarah?
Talk void in chat.
Oh, we'll get you off in the morning. I got you. Yeah. All right.
The hospitality in this place is second to none.
That's right.
Sorry.
Well, so he says, I probably never see you again. Ashburn goes, maybe not in this life, but the next.
He visits the next life frequently.
The next, then. All right. Here. Quack John, where are you, miserable duck? Here, sir. He's like, Quack John's like right behind him. Oh, there you are. Where am I? Get my books. Oh, right. He pulls some stuff out of the bag and he pulls out like this very thick bound leather book and he goes, I want you to hold this. He kind of gives it to Ashborn. Oh, just keep it. one day maybe you show people that old Gringle, he paid what he could so that people didn't have to. All right, I can do that. And then, last but not least, he pulls this other thing out. And it's a scroll. It looks really, really ancient. And it's got lead, like, capping each end. And you see anyone who's standing close, so Rue, you definitely see it.
Newt rune.
A rune that is arrows. There's 3 arrows pointing in different directions, and their ends are meeting in the middle.
Rune list.
And he hands it to him, and he goes, I want you to keep this too. I suspect they were looking for it, and I don't want them to find it. I don't want to be caught with it. And there's nothing I can do with it where I'm going. So maybe you'll find something that it's good for. And Ashborn kind of looks at it, and anyone who's there and is watching can give me an insight check.
Super watching.
Yeah.
Hey, Winnie, what's my insight?
I rolled a 2.
Okay.
Ooh, super insightful.
So yeah, check that.
Only
Yep.
I could
I also
find
got it.
insight.
Not about half. So
There.
I got
Okay.
45. I have a 72.
Not me.
Not you? All right. Arissa, you notice that he's like kind of hesitant when he takes it. Rue, you see when his eyes alight on that rune, whatever it is, he's definitely not happy to have this thing.
Fuck. What is it? What's in the
And
box?
he's kind of like,
He's like, I don't want to be caught with this either.
all right, I'll hide it, I suppose. I'm not too happy to have it either. He's like, well, nobody is, but take it and find something to do with it, all right?
It serves as a paperweight for the next 40 years.
Is
All
there
right.
is there a roll I can do to try and recognize the rune?
I'll give you... Hold on a minute. It would be customs all others. Or a
Customs
very
all?
hard customs local.
I only have customs local. Customs.
You can roll customs local, and we'll see how you do.
Okay. No. Nope. Over.
All right. Anyone else who wants to roll customs local can do it.
Yeah, I get a 14. Is that enough though?
That's not bad.
It is enough. I
What
think it's
is
a
your
regular
custom-
success.
Regular
35.
success? Okay. You definitely recognize it. But you're not 100% sure where you've seen it. You know it's not a customary or lengthy rune. And you're like, that's like, I know it's related to something. I remember, being taught something about this, but like, you just can't put where it is.
Somebody. That means I know somebody who knows what this is. If only I could remember where I saw it.
And so yeah, with that, they go off, and Ashborn goes, "Well, I'll take this. You guys go back to sleep. Don't worry." And he kind of takes Gringle, and unless you have anything else to say to him, you leave. No.
What do they want you for?
Well, I'm Gringle Goodsell. I was the tax collector,
Oh, shit.
not by choice.
Oh, shit.
So they want you for tax crimes.
I suppose that my usefulness has ceased now that Fazjor is down south, and there's a new lunar commander in Dragon Pass.
Okay.
Now the name rings a bell. Gringle Goodsell he's a pretty well-known merchant. Bryn, you would remember this because you remember Navenna and some of your family talking about it. He bankrolled a lot of Kalir's first rebellion. And because of that was punished by being made to be the lunar tax collector. And he's been the lunar tax collector for a while, at least for the Kolimar tribe.
He been cooking the books for us.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
They only have
Sorry.
40 cows instead of
That's
20,
very punk rock of you, sir.
instead of 200.
Here, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Arissa, fuck it. Arissa's there. She has been staring at the scroll. And she's gonna fall to the wall. Pardon.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, hello. Yes, my lady.
That room looks familiar, but I can't place where. What is that?
That's the
Yes.
rune of Black Arcot.
Would I have? I'm trying to think of what I would have heard of.
Yeah, you know, Arcot, Arcot Troll King, Arcot Kinslayer,
Oh.
Arcot the Destroyer, Arcot who cursed
Arcot
Rue's
the
people.
Destroyer.
Arcot,
who cursed
Arcot who
me.
destroyed Nicelor. Arcot was kind of a big deal way back when. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Just
Not an thief, but did fight with them for a while.
what would the Lunars want with that?
Well, they want all sorts of magical things they can get their hands on.
True.
Yeah.
She said, oh, I thought she said true.
Oh, I thought somebody said Rue.
Oh, no, I think she said
No,
true.
no,
she said true.
true.
Oh, okay.
I said true. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. I'm like, yeah.
It's nice to meet you, young folks, even if it's briefly. Good luck to you.
Good luck to you.
You as well.
An honor.
And Quack John goes, "Hi, good luck to you." And kind of lumbers off behind him, like carrying all his bags and stuff. And for all of you who are listening out there, saving Gringle Goodsell was like from Apple Lane when the Lunars went to get him was like a classic original RuneQuest adventure. So
Cool.
Familiar
if you had played it
faces.
and you're out there listening, the people escorting him were your characters. And now you're a part of our campaign too.
Yay!
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool move.
The night passes. I don't know if you guys are able to get back to sleep or not.
Probably gonna take a jog.
But morning comes.
I was like
It's
amped up. I was like ready to fight. I was like, maybe we're
it's
coming.
wild day. It's wild day today, by the way, Rue.
I'm very amped up.
But it is cold and snowy and shitty.
It's wolf weather.
It's bad weather, not for wolves, but for people. And so that morning over a breakfast, Ashborn kind of speaks to you guys. And he says, well, I understand that you were probably looking to head down towards Apple Lane, right?
Yeah.
I'd avoid it for a while if I were you. No reason to go out and about and pick trouble with Lunars and the Black Oaks while they're out.
Can't avoid it tonight, but they won't notice me.
Are the Black Oaks who we came here to take care of?
No, the
No.
Black Oaks.
What was the?
So I haven't given you any context of who the Black Oaks are because nobody's asked.
Who are the orc people we're supposed to be taking
Those are the
care of?
tusked riders. Tusked
Gotcha.
riders. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so bad at taking track of all these things.
That's okay. There's a lot of stuff.
Tusked
It's fine. I know. I understand that.
Riders.
Yeah.
You said Black Oak Christian?
The Black Oaks. Yep.
All right,
Yep.
Arissa's just gonna be the question person.
Yes.
What or who are the Black Oaks? I'm not familiar.
Kangal's fucking cousin and his mercenaries.
Oh,
You can kill him too.
Yeah.
working for the Lunars, I presume.
Yep. He's a traitor. Gave up Orlanth, found some pissant thunder god that supposedly got enslaved by the sun. It's stuck in a black oak. Now he has like some sacred club. Fuck him.
The son, that guy. What?
Yeah. But he's all in tight with the Lunars and Runegate. Him and his thugs. No sense picking another fight.
Well, they're probably going to split up to spread out to cover more ground.
Listen, if it were just me and I had no other people to care about, I would agree with you. But we're awful close to my home here. And the piece that I'm keeping is balanced on the edge of a very sharp sword.
I hear you.
I like the way you think, but I can't. I have to ask you as a guest not to. I hope you don't think any less of me for it.
No, I understand. You harboring our refugees.
There'll be plenty of time for cutting heads off, just not right now.
The closer you are to lunar territory,
Sharpen my sword.
the more cautious you have to be.
Right. He looks at the wolf and he looks at you. And he goes, the moon, you're gonna, tonight?
I will be heading down toward Apple Lane, but they're not going to notice me.
Well, Apple Lane's a ways away. If you can keep your wits about you, I'd stick to the wood. Just be careful there.
Isn't that in front of the woods?
Yeah.
I was like,
mean,
it's between me and the woods. I gotta go through it.
no. His steed is like right at the base of the hills, right by the woods. So he's closer to the
Okay,
woods
it's a
than that.
little-
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I thought
Yeah,
it was.
yeah, yeah.
I thought we were like, yep. Okay, never mind. All right. Yeah. Never mind then. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be a lot of things in the woods weren't like humans. I don't think they'd be too angry about a wolf. Just be respectful, and you'll be fine.
My sister and I are very polite.
I can tell that.
Arissa will just kind of pipe in. You should see Syl when she's tearing legs off lunars. It's very impressive.
So that day goes by, unless anyone has anything they want to do that day.
What's the weather like?
Awful. Just a mixture of sleet and snow the whole day.
Gross.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Arissa is trying to stay just inside as much as possible.
Yeah.
Like near a window so she can,
Yeah.
always see what's going on, but she's
Peek out.
We're just gonna be outside a lot. He's doing things like chopping wood for people and stuff. He's just got a lot of energy today.
This is his happy time of the week.
Yeah, I will say Arissa will aid any of the wise folk in the village with any medicine
Sure.
or continued first aid and all that stuff.
Sure.
Fully offer her services.
Probably making some teas is very popular today because of the day.
Yep.
Sort of day it is. So you
Absolutely.
make some nice warm teas. Rin, anything you want to do?
I think I'm gonna be on the wall, just kind of seeing what like they're fighting and their tactics and what their landscape is like.
Again, you notice similar thing like Bryn noticed that it's very well situated, his stead, because he's cleared the forest around it where anyone who's coming to it has to go through a very open space and they have to do it going uphill. And you'll be able to just A, see them coming, and B,
Yeah.
just like absolutely rain javelins and arrows and spells down on them as they come. So
Killing
he's
field.
yeah, he's got a very
Yeah,
nice killing
exactly.
field set up. Yeah. It's very
Yeah.
defensible. And you notice the same thing. You find some runes and like skulls hung here and there along the place with like runes etched into them of like deer skulls and things like that, where like, okay, he's got like some enchantments on this stuff too, to like strengthen the walls and maybe like have spirits watching and things like that too. So
Shit, cool.
yeah. Des?
Des would probably be same as Rue, just generally outside. He doesn't mind the horrible weather. Helping where he can, doing what he has to do.
You going out tonight?
I'm talking to Des.
Mm-hmm.
No, not tonight.
All right, keep an eye on everyone back here for me.
I will.
Thanks.
See you in the
Nighttime
morning.
comes, and you can see the sun is beginning to set, and the moon is full. Its light is coming through the clouds, but the rain and snow has now turned into like just full snow, like big flakes coming down.
Head up the wall before I, head past it. Say
Okay.
bye to Bryn.
Sure.
Oh, she's probably going to come down and say goodbye to you before you go running out into the woods for the night.
We meet each other part way.
Yeah.
Be back in the morning.
I'll be waiting for you. Have a good run, both of you.
I will.
Still is like super excited, gets super excited these weeks too. These days, I'm sorry.
It's a very old woods. Might find a lead.
If
Always
you're
looking.
going out, young man, you better do it now because we're shutting the gate for the night.
Okay. I'm gonna give Bryn a kiss goodbye.
Yeah.
And go. I'm going. I leave all
They-
my stuff here with
Yeah.
Bryn. Like, here's all my things and worldly possessions except for my worst clothes.
You shut
go.
they shut the gate behind you, and you're cold for a while, but then the moon takes over, and you feel that power rise up in you,
Yeah.
and you feel the twist in
Run
your
for
body.
the woods.
Yeah, and you feel
Don't
yourself.
want everyone on the wall to see me be naked.
You run into the woods, and you feel that shift come over you. And what are you trying to look for for a lead? Let's get there.
So I am doing everything I can to try to stay focused. So as the moon is rising and my bones are starting to melt and all that stuff, I just keep repeating in my mind, like, ask, find black eye, find black eye, find black eye. And I'm just trying to like hold that in my mind. Really, really hoping I don't forget it tonight. Like, find wolves, ask about black eye.
Roll. Now we have some rerolls, so keep that in mind. But what I want to do is I want to roll. What is your beast rune and what is your man rune?
My beast rune is still an 80 and my man rune is still a 20. It has not moved yet.
Reroll your beast rune. I'm going to roll my man rune. I'll roll your man rune. We're going to roll against each other.
While you guys are having that roll off, Maximum Nothing, thank you for 21 months of subs.
Oh
What
my gosh.
the fuck? Also, love your Momo emote. I fucking love the dancing parrot.
I don't know if
Real G.
I got an 83, so I don't know if failing the beast rune
You
is
failed?
good or I got an 83, yeah.
So we both failed. So
Interesting. I'm just
nothing
gonna go
changes.
ballistic.
Nothing changes for the runes. Okay. I'm just going to go with, like, typically that would be like, I'm just going to tell you what happens because I'm going to make it up because I'm the GM and I can do what I want. Maximum
Cool,
game
cool.
fun. So
For maximum game fun, I'm in.
for a while, you just like, you don't remember things because
I'm
you just,
like,
all you know
food,
is like,
hungry.
you just feel yourself like running through the woods and, they're ancient deep woods and you're in this like, these
Sniff
primordial
everything,
forests.
pee, every tree.
Yeah, you're sniffing and you're just something like deep and sacred is here and you're like kind of like taken up by that, right? Like that feeling of like being a wolf and being an ancient wolf in an ancient forest. Like you just feel like part of nature like you don't when you're Rue, right? And so you get overwhelmed for a little bit and you're kind of running around through the woods.
Wrong here.
And then eventually you feel yourself being watched. But you cannot, your senses come back to you a little bit. You cannot tell from where.
Check in with Sylph, like, alert.
She's like,
Do you feel that?
She's like, I don't smell men, though. I only smell the woods and the trees.
I think the woods are watching.
We best be polite then.
Look around. Are there any particularly old or impressive looking trees nearby?
Yes. You
Yeah,
find
what's the most dominant feature of the land right
you
here?
find as you're traveling, you find you see some very big like redwood sized trees. Like you must be getting like close to like the
Mm.
center of the forest.
Mm.
That's how so Chimeras would say hello. And I'll walk toward the trees quietly.
Okay. You get that same feeling of being watched. And out of the corners of your eye, you see they have the shape of men, but they're not men. They look like their skin looks like the bark, like gray bark, and their hair is bright green and is really like needles, like pine needles. And you see these figures kind of like trailing you. They're staying a distance away from you and just watching you and not necessarily doing anything.
Let Syl know that, we're being followed. Just a little heads up. But I'm going to keep on my path to the trees, and I'm going to, before we get to the copse, before we enter the copse of the giant trees, I'm going to stop for a moment and just sort of like lay down on the ground for a bit, look toward the trees, just and be very like alert, just in tune to like the smell of the tree, the sound of the wind in its branches, just listening very closely to
it's
it.
That very, very silent winter's night with snow coming down. You know how like trees like kind of knock
You
against
hear the
each
little
other and stuff.
crackle here
Yeah,
and
the
there
crackles
of the
of
in the wood.
and the branches. Yeah, exactly. And you hear more of that close by as the figures kind of step out, standing before you.
I don't know if they know beast speech, but that's all I can speak in right now. So
One of them says in beach speech, "Why do you come to the grove?"
we're seeking old legends.
Who are you, and do you come as friend?
I am Ruin Liveson, Wolf of Blackstag Vale. I come as friend.
Give me 1 second here. The mistress sleeps. Tell me why we should disturb her rest.
An abomination hunts these lands. Creature from the underworld does not belong here. I seek to return it from whence it came. I cannot do it without help.
What sort of skills do you have for like persuasion?
Fart noises. I will augment them liberally, though.
Sure.
So,
Rue's persuasion skills are luck.
yes, just luck. I say smart things, even if I don't say them in the best ways.
Luck and vibes.
Vibes. Persuasion skills. Oh, my best persuasions. I have orate at 25. I have charms only at 15.
You can probably sing.
I got sing at 30 if I howl it. Perhaps.
Orate would be
Telling stories like.
No, I think orate might be I'll give you orate.
I'll tell them about the bat.
You could tell them about the bat or like what happened to your people or things like that. You remember that you would know this. I'll just give you this because this is fairly well known. And you've also heard your mom talk about this, that these woods are particularly sacred to Aldira, who was the goddess of plants and elves and growing things. But she's also really tight with Ernada. And the mistress that they're speaking of is a very ancient dryad who's lived here since before time. And she is pretty much has a good relationship with like earth priestesses and stuff like that.
Okay. So I'll tell them that my enemy, is an anathema to life and things that grow. Here we go. I'm gonna augment it with. Let's see here. What should I augment it with? I've got options. I could augment it with almost anything. Um, let's augment it with. I feel like I use hate lunars a lot. Really do it right here. I'm gonna do Sartar. I'm fighting for Sartar.
That makes sense.
Regular success.
Good enough. Check it.
Huzzah. All
right.
right, and now I'm gonna roll the actual thingy-mabobber here. Regular success is plus 20.
Yes.
For augmented, yeah.
I'm gonna use a reroll on that.
Yep.
Ooh.
Checked off. We're good.
Ooh.
We do not have any more rerolls, for the record.
Oh, shit.
I didn't make it. I missed it by a little.
What'd you
Ooh.
miss it by?
I missed it by 4.
Wow.
4.
Damn it, Amber.
I know.
Does
Fuck. They're
anyone
like,
else
nah,
wanna give
man,
her
she's
another
tired. I'm like,
reroll?
fine, I'll find her myself. Are you saying? Wait, we
I'm
can't
just
reroll a
talking.
reroll.
Oh
You
my
just- you
god,
just
what
got another-
happened?
Oh, wow. We just got another
Glowing
one from
Nova
Glowing
redeemed
Nova.
a reroll. What?
Wow, isn't that nice of her? Reroll.
Wow.
Oh, glowing Nova.
Remember, you decided we can't
Yeah,
reroll
we
a
got
reroll,
3
though.
more after that.
What's
More
that?
people give rerolls. John Malcolm gave a reroll. Doc Boy gave a reroll.
Thank you.
They're joining in the chaos. Amber, do the thing.
I appreciate the rerolls, but I'm gonna have to find another tactic because we agreed we can't reroll a reroll.
Oh, we did. Damn it.
Yeah. So I'll see if I have a chance to make a different roll or not.
But
They listen, but then they say, the mistress cares not for the comings and goings of men, because they live and die. But the forest lives eternal.
Not if it's burned. And the land poisoned.
All right. I'll give you that for 4 points. That's really good. All right. You were close enough.
I was like,
See,
you.
that's Rue's real skill there. He
Yeah.
just makes sense.
Yep.
yeah,
I
Bruce's
was like-
skill is logic.
Yes.
It's true. Amber skill too.
They kind of
Sure.
look at each other and they, I'll tell you what, here's the deal then, Amber. You can't check that as a success, though.
Okay, that's fair.
All right,
I'll take that.
that's
That's a
fair.
good.
All right. Yeah, that's the compromise.
That's a good compromise.
All right.
Cross that there.
So, but you still get the augment, but you don't get the orate success. So he says,
All right.
they look at each other and they go, follow us. And they just turn and walk.
Just a quick glance to Syl and I will follow.
She falls in next to you. Some more other ones falling kind of behind you. And you kind of look back, looking around. All of them have this pine tree look to them.
Oh, needles and cones
Yep,
and
all
bark.
needles and cones and such. Looking around, though, you see this is a mixture of oak and pine and of lots of other old growth trees too. But these guys are all pine dudes. So you're led deeper into the forest to where you saw these tall trees, and you see in the center of it this huge redwood tree, like 80 meters tall. And they bring you before that and just stop you. And kind of stand back.
Shit. Oh, he's gonna look up at the tree and just take a moment and let himself feel small.
Kind of swaying in front of you. And you almost feel like the tree is looking back at you. It would be crazy, though, right? Trees can't look at you.
Been in the woods a long time. It doesn't seem so crazy.
But you feel you hear like a cracking and a creaking of that, like the way the wood creaks and cracks. And the center of the tree just kind of opens. And this woman steps out of it. And she is brown bark, long green hair that looks like green leaves, but right now it's faded and yellowed like autumn. And she looks like really tired.
Shit. I'm
But
gonna fucking lay down.
but she looks at you and speaks speech. But she goes, "Who are you to come to Tarndisi?"
Lady, I am Ruin Liveson, the wolf of Blackstag Vale. I come to you with a dire request.
Black Stag Val. I have known the stag. Is he doing well?
The royal is in the Beastlands. For now. Safe from the quarrels of men.
And
At
running
least while
Doe
the
his
borders
bride?
hold. She awaits his return.
I see. What is it you would ask of me?
There is a terrible enemy in this land, a creature brought from the underworld. It is a bane to all things that live and grow. Its hunger is endless. It will never stop. I want to stop it. My people have a legend about the sharpest teeth, which Talmor took to slay the sun.
Your father hunted far and wide, sometimes in places he should not have. He brought darkness to the land.
He learned from it.
He did. Much we have watched your children grow and play beneath our leaves. Sometimes we are told things that are not true. We do not learn until it is too late.
I have to try.
You seek something very dangerous.
My enemy is more dangerous still.
It kind of like sways a little bit like a tree in the breeze. I do not know where you would be able to find this power.
There is a wolf, Talmori, named Black Eye, who is supposed to know more about the resting place of the sharpest teeth in the underworld. Have you heard his name in the branches or howled on the wind?
Black Eye of old.
I must find him.
He has come to see me occasionally.
Her.
It has been many, many, many years. The Black Eye, when last I heard, lived to the north of here, in the lands where your people settled. When they came here, after their war.
Do I know what area geographically she is referencing?
The Talmori have their own lands in Sartar.
Is that super far from here?
Like horribly far. Sartar is not that big.
Okay, so north. Thank you for your guidance.
I cannot tell you more because I have not seen her in a long time.
Was she well when last you saw her?
She was old, but then again, so am I.
I will continue seeking north.
I wish you the wisdom to use what you find wisely. If it is you find it.
He'll duck his head.
And I wish you the luck that it does not cost you more than you think it will.
Shit, he feels that in his chest. I will leave you to your rest.
I will rest now, but she kind of looks at you and goes, "You're welcome beneath my forest. I hope to see you run here again. Ruin lives, son." She kind of just sinks back in to the wood. As she does, she says, "Your heart is good." And then the tree just kind of closes up.
This tree's gonna make him cry. uh, he'll just wait a moment, listening to the branches once more. And then he'll stand with the sister, give her a look, and head out of the sacred grove.
Morning.
Done. Somewhere a little.
Yeah, you go to the edge and you
Less.
manage to hunt a little bit, and you find something to eat, and then morning comes. The weather is still awful.
Find something
and
to eat and something to bring back for Bryn.
sure, you find something. What do you want to bring back? Some meat?
Yes, always meat.
You find a rabbit or something.
Just wake up in a field, still have a rabbit leg in my mouth, like
The weather in the morning is still shitty. And that remains that way for a while. You guys are just basically, I wouldn't say cooped up, because his stead, it's not like Ashborn stead is like, small. So you guys have room to move around and stuff. But time goes by.
rabbit.
Yeah, you cook some a nice rabbit breakfast for Bryn when you get back. Some days go by. The weather does not break. It's either freezing cold, or snowing, or raining. One day, you're in the hall, the main hall, hanging out, all y'all. And Ezrala just kind of walks up to you, and she's staring at you.
Bad when she's quiet. It's bad when she's quiet.
Rue looks at Izrala and then looks at Discar and then looks at Izrala and then looks at Discar and then he just like ranks inside.
And she says, "I do for you to ask me something, and it occurs to me that you might never ask. So I'm just going to ask you myself. And if you say thanks, I'm going to tell you right now that I'm going to rip both of your big bear balls off. You understand me?"
Rue's gonna slide a little closer so he can kick Discar when he needs to. He's like, I'm gonna puppet him. I've got this. Wingman.
Now, Des, and I just think it's I think it's the appropriate thing that maybe, marry me for a year marriage. We'll see how it goes. Take it from there.
Just kicking him under the table a couple times.
Staring at it. She's like, "I'm warning you, if you say thanks, it'll be the last thing you ever say."
Des will give Rue a look of "stop kicking me."
He looks around like he's not. He's just like,
Rue, let them
And
alone.
Des will take Esrala's hands, and I've wanted to since before we left the Vale, but in our time that we've been on the move, I just never felt it seemed right.
It's never gonna feel right.
But I know I cannot change your mind on this. and I do not want to. And I would be happy. I would love to absolutely marry you.
She goes and like gives you the big hug and kiss on the cheek. She goes, just a year now, no kids. We'll see how it goes. But sacred time is coming. We can do it then.
Agreed.
All right.
That would be a joyous time.
She just turns around. She's like, "There's gonna be and live and
Freaks out. He starts jumping around yelling as soon as she says that. He's like,
Liv and Morgan and like Aranina were all kind of like clustered around the door, like watching this, and they're all like,
I'm just gonna rush over and hug Deskar like really hard, and then realize he should probably let him hug his fiance first, and then he's like, "Oh."
Des is definitely going to pick her up, do a spin,
Aww.
put her and like just let the joyous news spread.
I always wanted Ezrala as part of our family.
Happened in so long.
the word spreads. Everyone's happy. Ashborn.
Rue keeps looking at Bryn. He's like smiling, but he's also just looking at Bryn.
You actually see Lonson kind of like, Lonson congratulates you, Deskar. But then kind of like side-eyes Jorna, who Jorna has changed a lot, by the way. She's cut her hair much shorter and dyed it red.
Training.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she's been training a lot. Yeah. But she side-eyes Jorna, and then if you're paying attention, you might notice Aranina side-eye her.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Rue notices these three side eyes, then he side eyes Bryn.
Everyone's like,
The lesbian pining.
but Ashbourne's very happy. He declares another feast and a celebration and like celebrates you guys. Green Eye serenades you with love songs, including some traditional duck love songs.
Ooh.
Yes, which are somehow even more depressing than Sardarite ones, but still, yeah. Still, they
If I'm
celebrate
thinking
love.
of like the Irish love songs, yes.
Yeah, they're very depressing.
And she died on her wedding day. The fairest flower.
Exactly.
You know what? These are good.
Yeah. Weather remains horrible.
I will. Oh, very, very little thing.
Mhm.
Arissa does. You said there was a loom, correct?
A loom?
Yes.
Wedding gift.
Yes.
Arissa does spend a good amount of time in there working on a new project.
You can roll your skill weaving.
Women.
God, do I
Weaving.
even have a skill? I've just been saying she does it. She's good at shit.
I'm pretty sure there's a weaving skill. Hold on a minute.
Ugh.
I think there's just craft.
It would be
Probably
craft.
just
Yeah,
craft.
it would be craft.
Oh, but I don't
Craft
have anything in that, and I've been just saying she does it.
Give yourself something in craft.
Like what?
Give 50. You said you've been doing it a lot. So
Yeah,
just give yourself.
It's a background skill. It's free.
Yeah.
You can augment like family and veil heart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
yeah.
will. She will
You
absolutely
have a shit ton of
augment.
rerolls
She will augment Veilheart
for the wedding.
because Arissa's just like, one of my homies is getting
Yeah.
married.
So it's like
Yeah.
so Sarah, it's craft specific craft. So it would be craft weaving. And give yourself 50. That's fine. And yeah. I'm comfortable. I don't
This is like our first DM's wedding too.
I guess.
Yeah, because there weren't any weddings in Good Society, which is the only other game that normally would
They
have a
were
wedding
just
in it.
They were just reunitings of long lost flames and threesomes, apparently. But
I'm gonna use my own reroll to reroll for the And
Augment?
augment, thank you.
Sure.
I can't roll for this game, guys. Fuck.
You're rolling for the wrong game. You keep rolling too high.
That's the thing I do, because I failed again.
Jeez.
Jeez.
I can't roll for this fucking game. All right, whatever. It's fine. I'll just go for the
Change
skill.
dice. Just be like, you're good
Good
dice,
call.
but you're not for this game.
Yeah.
Lots
Good
of
call.
bougie dice.
Ooh.
These are some beautiful bougie pink sparkly dice that
Ooh.
my DM of like 8 years, Jay, got me for Christmas last year, I believe.
Very nice.
Thank you, Jason. I rolled a 14.
Oh yeah. So that's you knit up, so you weave up something very nice. What are you weaving?
So it's Arissa, so it's a blanket.
Oh, this is a special blanket.
And oh, she makes blankets for all her people. Listen,
This is a wedding blanket.
this is Amber. No, Arissa's not thinking of it that way. She said no kids.
Does she embroider
This is a
anything?
no
like,
kids wedding blanket.
is
What
there
the hell
anything
is a wedding blanket? What?
anything
It's a
funky
blanket they're
embroidered
gonna
in
put
there?
on their marriage bed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna bone on it, Bryn.
They're gonna bang on the blanket, Bryn.
I'm trying to think what would be. You know what? It's
Just-
it's a nature scene reminiscent of the area that Ezrala lived in the Vale.
So she lives down by the Chartons Lake.
Yeah, and then
so she lives by the with
making
salmon
sure there
people.
were like woods in the background as
Okay.
well. Make
Alright.
sure like represent Discara. And there are kind of like in the Art of Us, how there's runes around the border. There are runes of air because Orlethy. Harmony because
Yeah.
Arissa. Fertility because wedding.
But not too much for
Not too much fertility. Truth because it's important in a relationship, and beast because Odelia. Or is there a rune of Odelia?
It would be
Or is beast the closest one?
Beast.
It would be
and-
Beast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be
And
beast.
then
Beast and
she's
air,
of
it says too.
Arnalda, right?
Yep.
Earth.
So
And then Earth for her. So those
Yep.
6 kind of rotating around
Right.
the border.
Awesome. Okay.
You got
You
wheat
have-
and bear
so you have-
paws. Wheat and bear
Ye-
paws.
Yeah, you have. I mean, the weather remains shitty for a couple weeks, so
got
you
time.
guys are just stuck in there. So you
We're
got plenty of
camped up
time
here
to
for
do
a
that.
couple weeks. Oh, what?
You're camped in here for a couple
Wow.
weeks. Is there anything else anyone wants to do? Because I think we're probably coming up on the end. We're coming up to a good stopping point.
I'm just really glad that I accidentally gave Arissa a very fun skill. Because I was like, I want to make gifts. No, Chris, there are no, absolutely not.
There should be. That's exactly what I was thinking too.
No,
None.
no animals, just nature. Arissa does a lot of naturescapes.
Rue
no.
is going to tell Bryn at some point, not today, or maybe later that night when all the celebrations are going. He's a little bit drunk. He's gonna come up to her and he's gonna put his just chin on her shoulder and he's gonna say, "I'm not gonna ask right now because I want Jescara and Ezrala to have their moment, but I want you to know that I am not afraid to ask. And as long as you love me, I will ask as many times as I need to." And he'll kiss her shoulder.
I know it's supposed to be a sweet moment, but I just can't picture Rue
So
not
he's like down there so low.
bending like
incredibly
half
low.
over.
He's
Put
sitting
his
on the
chin
floor.
her chin.
Yeah, he's sitting. Bird's standing. She's just gonna pat his hand.
And at some point, if the weather shifts away from the snow and the sleet to just rain, Arissa will spend a little time outside.
You do. I'll say the next day you do, and you see Alonson sitting on the walls, just kind of looking off.
Yeah, she'll kind of go head over and do a little lean around. Just Mind if I join you?
No, that's fine.
So kind of sit down, just quiet for a minute, and then just looking at anything interesting.
Just watching the way the water freezes on the walls, on the trees.
It's different out here than back home.
A lot of things are different.
I know. Just feels like even though the trees may be of the same species and the dirt is the same and the animals still roam here, it feels so foreign compared to the Vale.
Only because of what's changed.
I know. What brings you out here alone?
I'm tired of being stuck inside. I guess.
That's fair. Not like you.
That's not a secret how I feel about things. So I'm sure you know the real reason.
I didn't want to force you to say anything.
Morgan F can tell.
Morgan F knows everything. I
Hey,
wouldn't
she
be
does.
surprised if she knew things that I didn't even know about myself.
Hey, she's creepy sometimes, that woman.
Yeah, she can be, but that's why we love her.
I suppose.
I came out here to do some thinking too.
Oh,
Sometimes the rain is the right time. It's quiet, but not silent.
what are you worried about?
What am I worried about? A lot of things, but what is on my mind as of late? Something very small in proportion to everything. Yet it just eats at me every moment.
She kind of laughs a little bit. She goes, well, I know exactly how that feels.
I know.
Well, you know what's bothering me? What's bothering you?
I don't know if I'm phrasing this quite right. But do you just ever feel wrong in your own skin?
I I can't. Things I say don't ever come out the way I want them to. So yeah, and I did. I did for a long time. I did when I was young, but became a vegan.
That feels right.
Did
How did it feel?
I? I hate to keep bringing it all up, but it was when I saved Jorna up at Gothingswell well, when we were just little, and I dove in after her, and I just from then on, I just knew that I didn't want to. And, no offense with the weaving and all the, it wasn't for me.
No offense taken. Bryn is my best friend.
Wasn't
No
for
question.
me, and I didn't. I wasn't good at those things anyway. So this is what I'm good at. And when I picked up a spear, and my spear can talk in ways that I can't.
But you can talk in ways that it can't. You both tell important stories, just differently.
I suppose you're right. But it just felt not natural, you know?
Shalana Arroy will always have my heart, my soul, my everything. There is no question that I will happily dedicate my life to her. But there's still something else that's eating at me that I don't know the right way to say this. I'm not the best at talking.
She literally just laughs.
I
Desperately
listen.
also want Rude to be somewhere nearby.
He
don't
can
realize-
be. I don't care.
Yeah.
She's not paying attention. She's fully invested in talking with Lonson. And she'll with Lawson laugh, she'll go, I tend to let my work to do a lot of the talking for me. It's the same with you, but I guess what I'm trying to get at is that all my life I've known I am working to become a white lady, and hearing people call me that and see me as one of Shalana Arroy's healers is an absolutely humbling and incredible experience. But I think that as much as I am a white lady, I'm not a woman.
You don't have to be a white lady.
I know. And it's not a feeling shamed of it, it's just not understanding.
I understand that. Look, I don't have that answer, but I hope you find it
Thank
because you
you.
deserve it.
Thank you. Oh, that's the first time I've said that out loud. Oh,
Oh no, now
Oh,
Rude
you-
feels terrible. He's like under, they're on the wall. He's like under by the gate and he's like, oh no.
She kind of just takes you. Come here. You're very
And
brave.
she'll just lean on her and just close her eyes and just kind of let the rain fall.
She goes, "You're braver than I am."
That's not true.
No, it's true. It's true. You're doing what I know what I need to do, but I can't do it.
What's stopping you?
I need to just let it go, but I can't.
No, not you.
I was like, me and my mentor, same place.
No, not you.
Some things are hard to let go, and some things you'll never let go, no matter how hard you try. But that doesn't mean that other good things can't come.
That's true. That's true.
It's like you know, you never completely get over the death of a family member, but you know that they're in Orlanth's hall watching over you. And they want what's good for you. It's maybe not as strong as that, but you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
Want to go back inside? We'll probably catch colds if we're out here for too long.
You're gonna catch what? I'm sorry.
So
Disease
sorry.
spirits will get you. Yeah.
Cold.
Shut up.
Ah,
Aye, let's go.
Come on, I'll make us some tea.
That'd be good. They walk right over Brew, who's like,
Yeah.
I want to say something now. He's gonna catch up with her later. He's like, oh. At
That's
first he was like,
a-
I can help. And then like she's like, this is the first time I've ever said that out loud. He's like, oh no, I've overheard something terribly private that she didn't mean to share with me. What do I do?
Spice.
spicy.
That's my out of character. I'm totally fine with Rue here.
So you can go in and you have a cup of tea. Rue, if you want, who do you want a moment with? Arissa?
Orissa, yeah, but he's gonna
Okay.
let that cool for a little bit and
Okay.
like maybe later in the evening or something when he can see her like alone and she's a little more settled and less distressed looking. He's gonna like come over to her, sit down at the table or whatever they're at.
Yeah, he could probably easily find her at like basically not quite categorizing her herbs, but like reorganizing her herb pouches because she would be that person.
He'll bring her a fresh cup of tea when he comes over.
Oh, thank you.
Hey. Wow, I don't even know what all these are.
A lot of learning and making mistakes when I was younger into getting them set. Now, also, I do carry a field journal of drawings. So
This is really cool, Larissa. You're a good drawer.
thank you. It's they're not perfect, but you know, it's enough for me to know what it is. So
He
Gets
smiles at her and
across.
then the smile gets a little tiny bit awkward and he looks away and he says, I was outside when you were talking to Lonson and I heard like just a little bit and I just wanted to say that when my skin doesn't feel right, I take it off. And that's always helped me.
kind of sits back quiet for a minute. And she doesn't look mad at all. She
A little bit relieved there that she doesn't look
no,
pained
she's
or
like
afraid or anything. Like, okay.
thinking.
Tell Mori. There aren't really men or women Telmori. There are male and female Telmori, and that has to do with like breeding, but really what they all are is wolves. Ashborn are a bit different, and I've, got one foot in each. I guess what I'm saying is, if you ever want to go out and just be in the woods on a wild night where you don't have to be anything but you can take your skin off. Syl and I would be happy to take you out and maybe show you a different side of the woods.
It would be hard for me to keep up, but
We can go slow.
yeah, I'd like that.
Cool. I'm very lucky and grateful to have you as a friend and a part of this pack.
She just kind of like leans over and like wraps her arm over his shoulders. Just
Aww.
thank you. As the oldest of exclusively sisters, it's very nice to have someone I can look to as a brother.
Thank you, Arissa. Anytime. And then he's going to be like, what's that spiky one? He's gonna ask her about the plants.
She'll start answering questions.
As you're like doing this, that Liv and Ashborn are sitting and talking together, and seem to be having a really good time.
And then he's gonna be like, I have never seen my mom stop grieving. It's nice.
Grieving.
Or I guess stop grieving so loudly.
Grieving over your father?
Yeah.
She'll kind of look over to where the two of them are. Just they look natural. They fit.
I hope it lasts long enough. The bad weather.
Give them the time they deserve.
Descara too. And Nosrala. I know you're making them something. Can I see it?
So Arisa pulls out her flower sketchbook and flips to a couple pages in the back, and Rue sees very basic
designs.
sketches of like the blankets she made all of them for effectively RuneQuest Christmas. And then she shows the one of the blanket that she's in the middle of working on for the two of them. I've gotten to about here, and I still have a bit to go, but almost done.
It's so beautiful. It's going to be amazing.
I hope they like it.
They're going to.
Good.
Still, and I still have to figure out what we're getting them.
You
So
got some
found a
time.
couple really good sticks I think I'm going to incorporate somehow.
Listen, I've seen you guys hunt. Providing for a wedding feast is no slouch.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't last a couple more weeks, actually, before it finally clears. You're in dark season. It's winter. There are
Yeah.
better days than others, but all in large, it's like, when it's not raining or snowing, it's too cold to go out. So you just kind of laid up for a while. So some time goes by. And I think that's probably a good place to stop. I figured we were just going to do role playing, but it was good because, we started first session, action, second session, drama.
Back and forth. Too much fight combat is just like, you're like,
Yeah, it gets boring. You don't want to go, well, you can't be all of that. And they wanted to give you guys a chance to play your characters and grow, have some development and
We've
such.
got a wedding. When's the
Got a
funeral?
When's the funeral? Damn her.
2 weddings and a funeral.
That's
One wedding.
I know. We're due for another one.
Oh, your mom.
I don't know. Well, if she marries this guy, oh man.
Hold on. So chat, I know Amber, you can't see Twitch chat, but chat was going off about Rue's mom and Ashborn.
Yeah. I like Rue's like, I've never seen my mom like this, but also like it's really nice.
yeah.
And now that's been a couple weeks, he's like, okay, this guy's all right. Like
He's cool.
he is what he appears to be, I think. So
I approve enough.
She's laughing.
oh, this episode was so cute.
I didn't expect this to come out this session. Holy shit.
It was good. I've seen you going here with this, tracking this plot since like
Early, yeah.
episode 3 or 4, like just a couple episodes after the initiation. I was like, I see. And I've been waiting.
It started with gets out of the riddle, vomits.
Yep. And you've been doing it
Anytime
every
she
time. Yep.
vomits. She can't deal with the riddle.
I was like, I see what you're laying down.
Yep.
I mean, I've been waiting, and I'm like, let's talk about metaphors of being.
Mhm.
When my skin doesn't fit, I take it off.
That's a horrifying visualization.
Liberating, though.
Ah!
Like, literally. And there are many ways you can interpret that.
All right. Well, time for me to sit up and do the talky talk
I
bits.
think we should say that. So we'll pause RuneQuest here for now for Halloween spooky times. Someone had asked if Call of Cthulhu was on the menu. The fact of the matter is that I'm going to be completely out because I'm not running a Halloween game. So it's up to these chuckle fucks to decide what they want to do and what we want to do for one shots. So we'll let you know. They're to be determined at this point in time.
Yeah, it'll be posted on
I'm
our
going
socials.
to miss at least one of them, possibly two, because I'm traveling.
And I will be missing whatever happens the first weekend of November.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Wham, wham.
But it
we'll
will be
come up with
finagled.
something fun and entertaining.
First weekend in November will probably be RuneQuest again.
Send us Dascara and Ezrala's wedding playlist, please. That is my request.
Please.
Send us songs for their
Playlist?
playlist. Yes.
Yes.
For the wedding.
Yes.
Yes, that is what I want.
Oh my
Viewers.
god.
So you've got a season and a half ish to Sacred Time. So
Oh, the wedding be coming. I can make the cake. Or my mom will fight me for that. I can help make the cake.
Make the
Like,
sandwiches.
they're not gonna be like, get the fuck out of here. And he's like, can I stir it?
I mean, what's a cake besides just a sweet sandwich?
A cake is a sweet sandwich. Exactly.
Cake on top, frosting in the
Okay.
middle, cake on top.
Jess's face.
Oh my god.
The cake is like a 25-foot long cake hoagie.
oh my God, can you imagine? I would love that so much. Just dark chocolate cake hoagie. Oh God, hell yes.
Like
just
cherries and
like
cream
the
in the
old
middle
Simpsons,
and stuff.
like the old Simpsons of Homer Simpson, just like a huge sandwich, just been like that would be me.
Very soft.
It's a wedding
to be welcome.
hoagie.
All right. I'm taking back the controls of the crazy train. Thank you everyone so much for watching this week's episode of DMs After Dark. If you enjoyed what you saw here tonight and you want to be notified whenever we go live, you can give us here a follow. Twitch.tv/DMs After Dark. We go live every other Saturday at 7 p.m.-ish EST. You can also check out all the VODs of our live streams on our YouTube channel, uploaded sometime between now and the following Monday. So it's a pretty quick turnaround if you miss any point of the stream. You can also listen to this in a podcast format if that is what you prefer. We are on all podcast apps worth their salt at DMs After Dark. Keep an eye on our socials for all of our Halloween announcements and our collabs with Radio over on his podcast. And my cat is here for the outro. You didn't want this, but you're getting it. All right. Oh, all right. So we are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, YouTube, all the good stuff. Questions, comments, concerns, conspiracy theories, cat photos, you can email us at dmsafterdark@gmail.com. This week, send us songs for Dascara and Ezrala's wedding playlist, please.
Send Irish wedding songs.
Oh my god.
I need to know what would go to this wedding.
All right, I accept this. I do love Irish music, so.
I'm glad that my Irish duck singing was such a hit with you, Jess. Thank you.
Chat loved it too. I will tell you right now.
It was very impressive.
So, thank you again. And until next time, dance like a fool with your loved ones. Hold them close, whether or not they want to be held.
Yeah.
For anyone just listening to the podcast, I am squishing my cat to my face. Have a good night, everyone. Wait, when you leave, goodbye.
Good night. Oh, the void.
Are you
When you stare into the void.
Oh boy.